Hey everybody, welcome to another DSP video. It's been a while since I did another DSP video, since the last one I should say. And a lot has happened. One being Raw Phil was taken from us. His YouTube channel was taken down. He still has accounts on Twitch, Rumble. I think he's on Kick still. I'm not sure. The last I heard, Kick was in his chat, be like, actually, can you stop restreaming Phil? And I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if he got banned, if he came back on Kick. I don't know, but whatever. He's on like Twitch and Rumble. That I know. It doesn't matter, in my opinion, if DSP did or not, because the entire situation is very funny in very petty ways. Go back during the Super Puppy days, right? This dude was like, I would never report channels, guys. You guys can do whatever you want. Just don't attack me. Let me stream. Leave me alone. Don't remove my channel, guys. Don't do that. I will never do that. I would never do that. Guys, it's like the Hydra. His favorite Greek mythology, the Hydra. And then suddenly, Raw gets taken down, and magically, we are not even afraid of the Hydra. The Hydra does not exist anymore. What happened? Phil, what happened? You took down one head of the Hydra. That means other heads are gonna grow out of it, right? Correct? So, it's very funny that he's not even scared of the Hydra anymore. He's just celebrating that Raw got taken down and called him like the biggest restreamer ever. I don't even think Raw was that big of a restreamer. Like, was Raw like some big guy? Like, I get he was like popular amongst detractors, but not so much. And this dude is like celebrating Raw being taken down. And it's like, the people who are watching Raw Phil are not his audience. They're not his viewers. Like, and I know he got very butthurt about Buncheck watching Raw Phil, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, what point did it matter that Buncheck was watching Raw Phil and not DSP Gaming? And this dude added the welcome to DSP Gaming as part of this so that way people know where to go and all this other shit. And now he's like, why are people watching Raw Phil and not the actual stream? And it's like, dude, it's because like Raw Phil is probably more easy to watch. And also, I've been noticing this too when I used to restream him on DSP Gaming. For some reason, my OBS would like explode when I try to use his stream. When I go to Raw Phil, it played fine. Like, there were some issues, whatever, but it handled it beautifully, like butter. But I go to his fucking stream and it's like the entire thing explodes on me, and it's like, I don't know. And so it's bullshit. It doesn't matter anyway, because like Bunjake is not going to become a longtime DSP gaming fan because he just watched it just to talk about a fucking fighting game thing. Detractors who watch Raw Phil, you think they're gonna go to DSP gaming? No. Why would they go there? They may go to the Kick chat because they can like fucking troll him there, and that's it. The only like people he makes money on Kick are the very, very, very dented trolls. People like 220 and Future Stepden and whoever else, Dr. Alexis, I don't know what his new name is, I don't give a fuck. That guy, they will just give him money because they just love this guy. They love shitting on him because they just think it's funny and razzing and this and that. When DSP has no like clear-cut indication on what is razzing fun and what is super toxic, it's really just however he feels about how he read your comment, honestly. It's all bullshit. So there's that aspect of it, whereas it's very funny that he like is celebrating getting rid of Raw Phil when this is an entire audience that he doesn't want. Like, he literally called restreamer channels daycare. He would ban people in his chat and say, okay guys, hold on a minute, I gotta send the trolls to the daycare. And he would ban them so they would go back to like any other restreamer, basically. That's what he used to call them. And then suddenly, over time, he magically became very concerned about getting these viewers to go back to his channel. And oddly enough, he wants me to go to the Kick channel specifically because he wants to milk more pennies. He may say that, well, the QCIP, I only make pennies. I don't make a lot of money. But I'm telling you, this dude loves pennies. He's the kind of guy, if he finds a penny on the ground, he's picking that penny up and putting it into his bank account. That's the kind of guy DSP is. He picks up the pennies. He would eat any penny he gets his little grubby hands on. This guy loves pennies. He'll milk pennies if he can, until he's done with you. Then he'll ban you. But he wants these people to go to the kick chat so you get a little bit more pennies, a little bit more coin, and then hope that these people get so dented that they'll start sending him kicks, and then maybe like they'll form a regiment of giving him kicks, like Snow Carl. Think Snow Carl, where they do it to get rants, and then eventually over the course of time, they either become super mega dented and become actual fans of DSP, or they just get banned once DSP is done with them. Like, that's all it is, honestly. So it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. So there's that. The other thing that's very funny is the timing. He watches the Quarterman documentary, and it's very clear that this dude, if anything, victim blamed Kino Casino for getting their channel shut down, that they didn't even run, by the way. It was someone else that was running the Clips channel. And DSP was victim blaming them for what was going on. Like, I can understand that maybe you believe that it was just too coincidental. Like, it was a coincidence that the Quarterman made these fucking threats and all this shit, and then their channel gets taken down, that it might have just been a coincidence. Fine. But you can still say it is fucked up that YouTube took down a channel that was, like, abiding the fair use and whatever. Like, you can still say that at the bare minimum. Like, the bare minimum. And these are like, actually, I think, they got banned because Andy should have, like, tried to appeal his other channel. And this, like, he was just doing, like, damage control for a Quarterman for no reason, basically. Like, he refused to even, like, address the actual situation, fairly. And after that documentary, he started doing card pack rippings and other bullshit. The same grift that Quarterman did, arguably even worse, because Quarterman, at least from what I'm to remember, he would at least send the cards to people, right? I think he did. I'm not sure. Again, it's been a while since I don't remember. He doesn't even do that. He keeps the cards. And, like, fucking puts them on display, I guess, or whatever the fuck. He does that, and then suddenly Rawfell's channel gets removed in such sus ways. So it's, like, very funny how both these things happen right after the Quarterman. It was really like he watched the Quarterman documentary as a guide, as a walkthrough. He was like, okay, what can I do to make money? Oh, he made money doing card packs? Okay, I'm gonna do that. It's so funny. And I would even argue right now, his content is far more unbearable, or, far less watchable, because the raw fill at least allowed me to, like, kind of, like, fast forward it at my own pace, like, because with DSP he, like, privates the streams, though I think right now he may leave them unlisted. I'm not sure, because the Pokemon stream he did yesterday, I think last I checked, was still unlisted, but maybe it's gonna become privated again, but whatever. He does that, so you kind of have to, like, watch it quickly before it gets taken down. Meanwhile, Raw Phil, like, he left it unlisted, so you could always just, like, kind of keep it around and do whatever. It was kind of great. It was kind of like a neat little service, right? And now that's gone. Oh my god, what was I saying? Like, but oh yeah, it's unbearable because of that, because now that's gone, and you get to listen to his fucking music. Oh my god, the music that Rothel would play, I love the I call it the Save the Pig of the Game music, because it's the same music that Snort Burnell used in their clips, where it's like dun, 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 Save the Pig of the Game, or whatever the fuck, like that song. And it would actually, like, elevate the content a little bit more. But now we get to listen to AI Slop. We get to listen to his fucking garbage intro that's just trash. All this shit. And his podcasts have just become card pack shit. And this dude had other crash outs talking about how, guys, I understand. I'm gonna like stop talking about card packs as much, and yet that has never happened. We are still talking about card packs in a dedicated way, and it's so annoying. And it's getting worse. We're to the point where we are now carrot dangling fucking packs. We're carrot dangling packs now. That used to be a thing that would only happen to games. He would only carrot dangle games. Now it's card packs. He's carrot dangling TMNT, um, Final Fantasy. These are the ones I remember. That I think there's like a few more, and One Piece. And I'm listening to them saying, when he was listing these card packs, it kind of told me all I needed to know, right? He was like, okay, yeah, I'm looking at the card packs like Final Fantasy, TMNT. Oh yeah, and One Piece. We're talking about One Piece. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's not doing One Piece. We will just carrot dangle One Piece until people forget about One Piece existing, I guess, or whatever the fuck. Like, he's not doing One Piece. He's not doing it. I'd be surprised if he did, because first off, not only does One Piece have women in it, oh my god, guys, but also it's anime? DSP hates anime. Listen how we talk about fucking Marvel Tokon. It's an anime fighter? Dude, it's a fucking 3v3 game or whatever the fuck. It's a fucking Marvel game. Shut up. So it's anime. That's one. He hates anime. It's also Japanese. You know, the thing that DSP kind of has a very weird opinion on. Like, this dude talked about going to Japan as the entire country's a tourist trap. The concept of a tourist trap is like everywhere. You could go anywhere and there's tourist traps. There's tourist traps in California, Nevada, Washington D.C., probably Connecticut. I'm sure there's some bullshit here. Though I think it's gonna be hard because Connecticut fucking sucks. There's tourist traps in Italy, Connecticut, Greece, Egypt, everywhere you go. Because it's the concept of, if you can travel there, they will try to scam you, basically, or whatever. That's what tourist traps are. It's not just, oh, Japan is a tourist trap. Why is it Japan? Why is Japan the only country that DSP is accused of being a tourist trap? Tourist traps are everywhere. They're everywhere. It's not exclusive to Japan. So he has this weird opinion on Japan, and this guy has also said, in Japan, everything's so small. This dude acts as if people in Japan live in like in a room that's the size of a closet. Like, yeah, they're small building, but they're not fucking microscopic. This dude's acting as if like they're gonna go inside the fucking room and they're not gonna be able to move. Maybe that might be true for Cat, though. That might be true for Cat, but not Phil, because Phil's working out and he's buff, and he got rid of the spare tire. So clearly, like, it's bullshit. So he has a weird opinion on Japan, all this other bullshit. So he's not doing One Piece. All of this to say, he ain't doing One Piece. This is just another thing to carrot dangle and pretend. Like how he pretended that he's gonna review The Boys and Invincible and all this other bullshit he overpromises and doesn't even deliver. He doesn't even underdeliver. Underdelivering implies he actually delivers something. He actually overpromises and doesn't deliver. So he's overpromising One Piece. The concept of opening a One Piece pack. You're telling me he's gonna open a One Piece pack? This guy was trying to invent ways to not do it. The cards don't have value. And he said they were expensive. And then suddenly he's like, yeah, they're not that expensive. Oh, wow. It's such garbage. It's such garbage nonsense from him. And that's what happened when you get rid of Raw Phil. You get stuck in watching garbage. So that's what happened in between my last video and this video. Let's get into the videos I want to watch before I lose my mind. So I got some clips here. Sorry, I had lunch and crazy shit. But anyways, we got this. This was like a month ago, and then we're gonna watch something a little more recent. So there you go. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for bearing with me on this one. Thank you. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, this music, dude. Like he sounds like a fucking like. Oh my god! I don't know how to. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a stream that's like I guess a titty streamer, I guess, or like whatever, or not even a titty streamer. I wouldn't even want to say that. It's like something else, like a very parasocial style stream. I'm just gonna say that, and like the streamer is like washed out, like it's just like bloom, like a bloom effect or whatever. I don't know why, like it just, and then they're just like in like a room, and they're like, "Hi guys, thanks for hanging out," like whatever. Like they're just trying to be very super parasocial to the audience. And it's like, and there's something very like underhanded about it, right? Like I don't know how to describe it. I don't know, but that's what this music sounds like. Why is Doom here? What? Okay, whatever. Oh, it's because it's
So,
retro. Oh, this is the
Volkswagens
diaper
again.
shit.
I have to explain something to you. All right, you ready for this one?
I like that. Basically, like you could believe that he has like fucked up pants um that don't fit him, and I can believe that. The thing is, why does this dude insist on wearing clothes that don't fit him and shitty clothes on top of that? Like, I don't understand it. Like, you're not gonna wear clothes that fit you better or that look nice. He gets these cheap ass shirts that like shrink in the wash so quickly because they're probably cheap as fuck and they're shitty. Because clearly, I don't want to spend $60 on clothes, but you pay much for quality. Yeah, you may think clothes are stupid because it's just fabric, but it kind of matters when you're wearing them a lot, right? I would much rather pay more for a shirt that can actually fit me more than a day. Like I don't want to buy a shirt and then the next day or whenever I wash the shirt and the shirt sucks. I don't know how to describe it, but these shirts are all trash and they look like that they would like rip at the slightest tension ever. Like these shirts are kind of lucky that he's very sedentary and he doesn't move his arms a lot.
Kino Casino exploit a mentally degenerated audience. You understand?
Okay, this. I was thinking about like that. There was something about Kino Casino and Quarterman that was coming to mind, and I couldn't think of it. But this is it. It's so funny. He's saying this because go back to the stream where he was watching Kino Casino, the documentary on the Quarterman, and in that June the King documentary, there's a clip where PPP is like, "Oh my god, guys, look at her mouth. She's her lips are like uh uh saying help me. Oh my god, and oh my god, she said it. Oh my god, all this shit, right? And anyone can sit there and even argue. If you want me to, I said this before, but if you just think about it a little bit more, you may say to yourself, maybe it just looks like she said that. She could have said anything else. We don't know. Or whatever. You can think she said that. It's not that it's like it's wrong to think that she said that or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, is PPP like a specialist in lip reading? Like, whatever. Like, you're just looking at something online and you're seeing something that you think, what it is or whatever. And DSP sit there and was like, "Whoa, she did! Oh my god, wow!" And he agreed with them. But then when PvP does the same thing to him, guys, I think Phil is wearing a diaper or whatever the fuck, and he's like, "Wow, they're exploiting the mentally handicapped." It really makes you think, right? Correct? Because even when I was watching that, I was like thinking, like, well, she could say that, to be fair, because it was a very awkward situation. But it could very much be anything else. Like, we didn't hear what she said, so we don't even know what she said. We just know that she moved her lips. Like, you could think that she said that. You may even think she didn't say that. But DSP completely committed and agreed that that's what she said. And then when people do the same kind of thing towards him, oh, you're mentally handicapped because they're exploiting you. Like, it makes you think.
You understand that? Kino Casino knows that the people who watch them aren't really right in the head. Because who would want to watch that shit? People who are fucked in the head.
And this is kind of funny as well. I kind of want to do a video on that as well. But yesterday, Sunday, this dude had a whole PR segment. A dude asked him, Phil, I love you. How long have you been streaming or whatever the fuck? Some fucking cringe ass positive bait that got him to be like, I don't care what you watch. Different strokes for different folks. And he did that whole cringy routine. And then you get segments like this, where he says that if you watch stuff that he doesn't like, you're not right in the head. And all this other shit. Then the next day, he'll tell you, it's okay you watch stuff that I don't like, guys. It's okay. And then I'll walk back this statement, all of this cringe bullshit, when it's like, dude, maybe just talk to your audience like they're fucking people. Like this is like what's insane. I feel that there was a degree of sincerity and genuineness with this content years ago. He would lie about some stuff, sure. Like I wouldn't go as far to say that he was like a real person, because he did the same thing, but that aspect of him like saying stuff in the moment ballooned way worse now than it ever was before, because it went from him saying stuff in the moment being angry and him saying stuff in the moment in positive ways to just do PR shit that he doesn't believe in. Like, this is shit he's not gonna believe in the next day. And this is stuff that's like annoying. This is why I say, like, I do think that like his more recent stuff will drive you more insane than whatever he did back then. He will instantly turn on himself at a drop of the hat, even in the same sentence. Like, this is like insane shit. This is insane shit. And look at him now. He's like, that if you watch Kino Casino, you're mentally ill, stupid, weak idiot. Whatever the fuck, getting exploited. Sunday, guys, if you watch that, that's fine. That's fine. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Head, you know, for various reasons. So they literally hyperfixate on topics knowing that's the audience they're getting. So let's keep doing it.
But DSP kind of does the same thing almost. Like, he makes, like, maybe not to the degree of assuming that people are wearing diapers. Like I will say that this is a degree a weird theory that people have. Though at the same time, I understand where it's coming from, because there's all these weird like things going on with his pants. Like, the pants situation is very weird. Like, it's weirder than like oh my god, guys, his eyes bugged out at this weird thing or whatever the fuck. Like, this is way weirder because I don't understand how pants can do that. Like, I have sweatpants and they don't do that. And the only time I've ever seen something go close to that is when you put like a phone in a pocket that's like very loose or whatever. But that's like on the side. Not like where your ass is. The only thing that could actually be possible is it could be a vibrator. We may be thinking too much in diaper like direction, but what if it's a vibrator? What if that's what he gets off on? Like, dude, he talks a lot about butts, inserting things into butts, and poop, and diapers. I mean, diaper is a fetish. I mean, he could be a diaper guy for all I care. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna king shame Phil. He can be into anything. It's fine as long as it's legal and shit, right? Correct? But what if he likes vibrators? He just has one up his ass, and then like, you know, maybe like that plays a role in his attitude. Maybe that explains the mood swings. It's the vibrator. And Kat's like at work or whatever, and she's like, it's like one of those like smart vibrators. Oh my god, that would be insane. Imagine if that's what they do behind the scenes, dude. That's our meaningful time together. Oh my god.
You think that when he pulls out the fucking the bell and he gives the dinner bell shit, do you think normal people react to that positively?
I love he thinks the dinner bell, but there's two things with this that I'm gonna hyperfixate on. First off, yeah, I don't think he knows it's called a triangle. It's a triangle, it's an instrument, whatever. Secondly, I do think a degree of that is because PvP is fat. This is the level of humor DSP has a knack for. Very surface level shit. He's fat, thus everything about PvP is like about food and eating and shit like that. That's what he wants to focus on. Very, very like basic shit. Uh, that's what his mind goes to when he sees Ashton, because he's fat and thus he must love food. Like that's why I think he like doubles down on it being a dinner bell, because Ashton is fat dude and he loves food. Fat people love food, obviously. That's the kind of comedy you get from
They
Phil.
don't. The first time a normal person sees Ashton pull up the dinner bell and start ringing it, they're like, "What is wrong with this?" Like, it's like they're talking.
Dude, like this is. It's very obvious. The joke is like from South Park. Oh, we got a retard alert, and he does this or whatever the fuck in South Park. The hit TV show. And DSP is like, yeah, they see Ashton bring out the dinner bell, and they're like, what? I think they can understand. Like, this dude is not even being like fair in the situation, in the recounting of the dinner bell, because he's making it sound as if Ashton just randomly pulls it out, when if you watch a Kino Casino stream, you can probably deduce that they bring it out to show that someone's being an idiot. Like, literally, like, even people on Twitter pick up on that. Twitter! They can pick up on the joke, but not Phil. He acts as if these people just bring it out randomly. Like, because this dude wants so bad to sound like he's so smart. He is dedicated in being the straight man. In anything. That he describes so many things as if he's the straight man. It is like embarrassing. Embarrassing. He will either overly self-deprecate himself into oblivion for no reason in a very cringy way where it's like, okay man, shut up. Or he'll overly glaze himself like he's a special princess. Or he'll try to act so super duper smart that he's like super mature. Like a fucking 12-year-old. Like, this is what a 12-year-old does. Try to prove to their parents that they can sit at the adult table. I'm sorry, Phil. You'll forever be at the kids' table. With his attitude.
Talking down to little children or something. Like, what is the show?
And then he's saying that they talk down to their audience like they're children. As the guy who had who had to describe to his audience what produce is. A revolving door. And what the acronyms for IP and the FTC mean. Any acronym, honestly, that he understands, he will tell you what it stands for. As like, if DSPs tell you what an acronym stands for, there's a 99% chance you know what it stands for, because the acronyms that he doesn't know, I may not know either, because like I did not know what DDoS meant for the longest time. And neither did DSP. By the time DSP figured it out, I figured it out. That's like the only dumb shit that happened with me. But this guy's like, IP, intellectual property, FGC, the fighting game community, like, he will tell you all this shit, because it's such surface level shit, but he loves acting as if he's so smart. Guys, you know that Mario 2 was actually Doki Doki Panic? Like, it's that kind of attitude. And this guy says these other people talk down to their audience like they're children. This guy does it the most to his audience and takes them for granted all the time.
And then as you watch it further, you realize this really is a show for people like that on the internet. Like, they're trying to get that audience. They're literally trying to exploit an audience. Okay?
So this is coming from like, oh my god, I feel if you tell them that DSP did this too or whatever the fuck, you say, yeah, I have experience. I'm calling because I know what it's like. I used to do that. As if it's like a massive own, when in reality it just shows that he's also a grifter. And I'd even argue it's worse, because first off, I don't even think teenagers or anyone literally was like, "Oh my god, he said poop and he said pussy. He said boobs." I like no one is that like sex deprived. Like if they get that like aroused by boobs, they're probably watching porn. They're not gonna go to a Let's Player playing Metal Gear Solid 3 and watching a grown man like rope the TV screen when they could just watch porn. Like, come on. Like it's such a pointless statement that makes him sound way worse because it sounds stupid what he says when he talks about his old content. Like this is what I mean when he self deprecates his own content in very cringe over the top ways. That's one of them. Yeah, man, I used to do this to attract kids, and it's like you say dumb shit that's like very weird and like that would probably make you look way worse out of context than like it sounds bad in context and it sounds worse out of context. And he brags about that. Like he always puts himself in these kind of positions. It's insane how he does it. How he does it is insane.
Okay? So they present very fallacious arguments and they just keep talking.
Fallacious arguments. Again, this dude watched a clip in the June the King documentary where PPP was like, guys, look, she's mouthing the word "help me," and DSP clapped and said, "Wow, she did," and believed him. And now he's saying that they make fallacious statements. Notice how it's so opportunistic. It only is when it's at his expense. I have seen people be more like who have disliked Kino Casino be more like fair in what they're arguing than DSP. Be it defending them, against them, whatever the fuck. There are more people out there that are more like nuanced and fair when it comes to this than this guy is. He's only saying this because he's at the receiving end. But if it was someone else at the receiving end, let's say that PB said that, "Oh my god, guys, Rich Review Tech USA is wearing a diaper." DSP would clap and say, "He is! Oh my god! PPP expose him!" But since they're saying that DSP wears a diaper, oh, I didn't wear a diaper. Like, that's what this is. It's like ridiculous. When he could just say, "I'm not wearing a diaper, this is a stupid meme," like, or even say, "I can see that the pants do look weird." The pants look weird! The pants look weird. But he will not even address that. He will not even say it because he is too embarrassed. He thinks, unless there's a way for him to monetize those pants, he will not even address it. If there's some way he can use it to, not even monetize, I mean, monetize is one thing, but if he can get any form of clout, if he can grip those pants in some way, shape, or form, that's when he'll talk about it. But since right now it's a perceived threat and insult, we have to dog on it until he can find a way to use it to his advantage. Like, that's how DSP operates. It's that pathetic.
Talking about them till they're blue in the face. They know the arguments are fallacious. They know they're false. They don't care. All they're doing is exploiting an audience that loves to hyperfixate on something, okay? And then they take their money. And they do it every day. And these people—
Now, I also want to say that he keeps using terms like exploiting and all this other stuff, which kind of victimizes the people who watch them. Now, you may argue and say, well, they're not victims. They're people who decide to watch them, which is fine. Everyone can choose whatever. But to go with DSP's wording, right? If he thinks that they're being exploited, why does he also have disdain for people who watch Kino Casino? If these are like people who are mentally weak or whatever, then shouldn't you spend more time like saying like, oh, these people are like just doubling down on them being victims of Kino Casino's exploitation and not shitting on them? Because wouldn't that kind of push them more towards Kino Casino by doing that? I mean, this is a very dramatic way to look at it, to be kind of honest, to be fair. But it's just annoying how he talks about this. Correct?
These people are addicted to this behavior. because it becomes a
Like
ritual where you have to
I
go.
have seen people like talk about like drama streamers and their audience, and they do not sound this unhinged about it. They say like, well, they talk about this, and then like they will just propagate these rumors because they think it's true, but they're not going to think it for themselves because they think that this other person has an authority, like not authority, but they have like some like knowledge on something. And that's just how things work. People make a video like I am. I'm making a video talking about my opinion on DSP's nonsense, and there will be people who will either say Theo has the point, that must be true, and there's gonna be people who are gonna say he's an idiot or whatever. And there's like a pro and cons to this with anything because people like that's just how it is. But this guy will act as if like there's that people who watch like drama content or whatever, that these people should be marked in the DSM whatever. These people are mentally ill and all this stuff, which is like a very like uh slippery slope because you're kind of talking about a huge group of people you don't even know, right? And it's like you could just say that like I feel a lot of people is mostly focused on the content. They talk about the content being bad, and I think that's a fair criticism, right? Like you can criticize the content all you want, but when it comes to criticizing on the groups of people who are watching it, like you either have to be very more like nuanced with it or careful. DSP has the carefulness of a bull in a china shop or whatever the fuck, right?
Go watch their streams and give them money for them to hyperfixate on nonsense, and you somehow get pleasure out of it, feeling like you're part of a community, when in reality, you're just a rube.
A rube.
I know as much, because guess what? I used to work with them, and we had these conversations. I know.
Again, he is saying that these people are being exploited, but now they're rubes. And again, like I think he is overly explaining what the DMs were or over exaggerating. Because I think what he's kind of talking about, if I remember correctly, it was stuff along the lines of like, Phil, you're gonna beef with this guy or whatever the fuck. When he was talking about like how Steve Cameron was gonna be a recurring villain or whatever, and then when it would be like people would, like telling him like, oh, you shouldn't do this or whatever, like just general things. But since DSP wants to like make a point that Kino Casino are a bunch of exploitative people and they're evil and they're stupid and all this other shit, he goes to such lengths. Like this stuff literally, this is shit he accuses trolls for doing to him all the time. Because he's trying to like put out there that that Kino Casino does not believe in the shit they say, which, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if other people accused like Kino Casino for spreading stuff that they don't even believe in, which, you know, to a degree, people online may say shit they don't genuinely believe in. And again, like, that is up to you to decide. Because I don't know PPP or Andy, I don't know what they believe in. I can think that what they believe in is fake for the most part, or whatever. But that's like my own opinion on that. Other people may think that they're being completely genuine. Some people may think that they're doing this, they're doing that, whatever. But this dude is acting as if like he's exposing them for being fake, and it's like being fake about what, right? Like, do they over dramatize what they're talking about in their streams? You know, probably. Most likely, because it's a show, right? Some people like overact their personality. They may not be the real like. This is the thing that like it's very hard to really describe. I'm like rambling, so I'm sorry yet again. But DSP will say that all these other people are like putting on an act and this and that, but they are usually doing it mostly to benefit either what they're saying or whatever. DSP does it to just lie and grift in a very shallow way. It's a cartoonish level. Like this is a character you would see in a cartoon that they would have be the sellout type. Like, oh, this guy is a sellout. So he doesn't even believe in this and all this other shit. Like that's the kind of guy DSP is. Meanwhile, you'll watch like other people that may overact their opinion, but there's at least like you can kind of read between the lines. But with DSP, it's just straight up lying or straight up grifting and pretending shit. Like, it's just annoying.
I know exactly what their content is. You know what I mean?
Because if that's the case, right? If he knows that that's their content, then why when you were watching the June the King documentary did you say nothing when they were like, "Oh my god, guys, she lipped, help me." Why do you say, "Guys, this might be fallacious, maybe she didn't say that, but damn, she did." Like he agreed with them. It's so obvious he's only saying this because he's on the receiving end. If he isn't, again, if Kino Casino was dogging on Rich, he would go with them 100%. Because this guy is so, like, dumb. And stupid.
They're doing it only for a certain audience who they know have no self-control
They have
and
no
love to
self-control.
let go of their money. Okay? They're not
Like DSP. What? DSP does this all the time. Look at that fucking card pack shit. Now, I kind of want to look at a TCG stream because I feel like he kind of stopped doing a free pack for TCG. Because I kind of like had it on the background at one point, and he got like $100 and said, "We paid for 2 packs." But I thought it's 3 because I thought you did a free pack opening for TCG. Like, did he stop doing that? I feel like he stopped doing it, but maybe I'm wrong.
providing anything of value. They're providing garbage content, and they know what they do is garbage. 100%. They know.
And now he's calling it garbage. Again, Sunday, this dude was going on and on about different strokes for different folks. This is what I mean, like, by cartoonish levels of fake. Like, it's not like fake in the sense of like there's a entertainment value out of it. Like I do think that you can over embellish stuff, depending on what you're saying and what you're talking about, right? Like there's like a huge like time and place for these kind of things, right? But this dude will just do it anyway. He'll just say whatever you want to hear because he doesn't believe in anything he says. He will tell you he's a very honest guy, down to earth, serious, whatever. But this guy does not believe a word he says. He says that their content's garbage, then on Sunday saying, "Guys, it's okay to watch stuff that I don't like. Different strokes for different folks." And it's all because he wanted to either woo a new viewer, or a viewer he thinks is new, or whatever, or it's just a soundbite for people to like think, "Wow, Phil's based. He doesn't judge me for who I watch." But then you watch like these little segments where he's crashing on people on who they watch, and again, DSP did work with them for 6 months. And he thinks it's okay because he was snaking them and all this other shit, which it doesn't. It makes him look just as bad because he's grifting them. And he did stuff that he blamed other people for doing. He pretended to be a different person for a Kino Casino. Like Marl pretended to be a different person to be a mod in DSP chat, correct? He uh he doubled down on the drama for 6 months, then got the bag, and then ran with the bag. That's what he did. And this dude is like, "Yeah, these people are scum and they exploit people." When this guy did same bullshit. Like, this dude has no principles. And I'm not saying that DSP has to be a saint, but you can't fucking sit there and be like, and look down on people when you have also rolled in the mud with them. Like, come on. You know, it's like you watch Better Call, like, we watched Better Call Saul. Did Jimmy McGill ever act as if he was above people? No. I mean, at first he wanted to be seen as equals with Chuck, and then Chuck was like, "You're a piece of shit, Jimmy." And Jimmy was like, "Okay, fine, fuck you, man." And then Jimmy did what Jimmy does. And it's like, but guess what? Jimmy was a likable guy. Like, there was a flaw within Jimmy McGill, and he saw the error of his ways. By the end of Better Call Saul, he accepted the punishment and went to jail. He scammed his way to a luxury prison or whatever the fuck, and then said, nah, actually, I'm gonna take the real sentence. And then he got sentenced because he realized that he wants to redeem himself. That will never happen with DSP. DSP would watch Better Call Saul and be like, "Wow, Jimmy's a fucking idiot. He could have gotten a lighter sentence, but he decided not to. What an idiot!" Not picking up on the moral aspects of what Jimmy did at the end. Correct? Like, that's how much of a shitty person DSP is.
They know it's trash. They only do it for the money because they know they have a very gullible, very stupid audience.
And again, this guy also lied to side scrollers, then like doubled down on the lies. It's very funny.
That loves giving them money for things they made up, like every single stream.
DSP has gotten money for things he made up when he worked with Kino Casino. He said all that was him lying, and he got money for it. Hello?
That's all they do.
He took that time during that time to welcome the Kino audience. He was like, "Yeah, guys, I'm as big as Kino Casino," and all this other shit. And now he's like, "Yeah, these guys are lying to you. You lied to them first, dumb fuck." Like, he lied just as much as he claims they lied to their audience. Like, whatever, right? He's doing this. He did the same shit, and he has the gall to act as if he has no shame. No shame. Like, dude, you're just as bad, if not even worse. Because to a degree, you can look at Kino Casino, and even if you don't like them, you know what they are. You know what they're about. DSP will just do whatever that gives them money, basically. Like, it is insane. I've said this to so many people, but a fucking prostitute has more standards than DSP. There are more things that a prostitute will just not do than what DSP is willing to do for a penny. Like, if he can... The only difference, I guess, is, like, obviously if it's illegal. That's the only, like, silver lining. The only crime he'll ever do is, through taxes and bankruptcy, dude. Bleh. But he's benefiting off the fact that our government is run by boomers that don't understand the society as it is today, dude.
They watch other people's clips. Wow, that's really, really high energy and high effort required there, right? To watch.
Okay. Remember when he hyped up he was gonna do another React stream after the June the King shit? Remember that? What happened to that? What happened, Phil? Remember he did oh my god, it's so funny how this like vanished. He did a whole video asking people for feedback on what he should react to. Then never looked at the comments, never talked about that again. And then the stream chat told him, "Oh, you should react to the Lego shit." And then he's like, I should? And then he never did. And then nothing happened. So he's saying that, oh man, such hard work reacting to stuff. But look how he talked about doing DSP versus the internet, or any React for that matter. This dude was acting as if you were asking him to do a 9-to-5 job with 1 hour of sleep, and the entire work shift is like do or die time. Like, that's how he was acting about it. Oh my god, guys, I can't. Reacting is such hard work, man. Like, come on.
Watch someone else's content. Ooh. And then they make shit up. And that's the show. So when you say to me,
he made shit up watching fucking the June the King documentary. He made shit up all the time. Hello?
They have pictures where they think it has to literally be a diaper. That's because you're stupid. Do you get it? They present an argument in a way that...
Okay. I love how much effort he's putting into it when it's just, they're presenting an argument in a way. Yeah, just showing a picture, I'm like, oh, that looks weird. Well, it looks like a diaper. Like, that's not hard, like again, you can look at it and see where they're coming from with that. It's not even, like, crazy. Because at the end of the day, it's just weird. I've never seen pants do that to anyone. where like one just literally looks like a box is in his ass, like a box. Like, did he put a box? Like, is he like a kangaroo? Like, does he use his pants as like a fucking pouch? He just puts stuff in. Like, no, I wrong thing. Tommy Pickles. Is he Tommy Pickles where he's just putting shit in his pants? Like, dude, you watch Rugrats and he's like, okay, guys, I'm gonna get my screwdriver. Let's do shit. He like grabs a screwdriver from his diaper. Is that what Disney does? He just puts shit in his pants as like a fucking pouch? Well, guys, these sweats have no pockets. So clearly I have to put stuff in my pants as a pouch. Clearly, probably not. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say he probably is not putting shit in his pants. But how do you explain a box in his pants? Like, it's just a literal rectangle. Like, how do you explain that? Unless he's like shoving stuff up his ass. Maybe that's what he's doing. Again, I don't kink shame anybody. If that's what Disney wants to do, that's fine. But he should not make it our business to see it. I mean, come on. I don't show up in my videos and start talking about my fucking kinks. Come on. There's a time and place and it's off stream in the bedroom. Come on.
That a logical person looks at it and says, this is weird, and they close it. But then if you're this kind of person that sadly has no self-control and you hyperfixate, you become part of their exploitation ring. You get it? Every day they're there just to milk your money because you're stupid.
But, dude, DSP does that with the Kick Chat. The Kick Chat is actually an exploitation ring. Like, he will literally tell you, like, you want to say this, why don't you give me some money? Why don't you do this? Why don't you... Instead of saying this, why don't you give me a super chat? All this shit. Everything's exploitation ring with him. He'll have people like troll tip him and all this stuff, and he'll keep them around, and then he'll ban them. Like Snow Carl's part of the exploitation ring, your future stepdad, all these people are all part of the exploitation ring.
I don't know what else to say. If you believe their arguments, you're dumb. They don't have any arguments. They literally just pull shit out of their ass every single stream. Now, no one can stop you from being a rube. No one. Only you. But if you're doing it regularly...
Again, he's calling a rube for watching them. Sunday, July 19th, DSP literally said, different strokes for different folks. Watch whatever you want, Dan. As he was happy with life. But on June 30th, if you watch Kino Casino, you're a fucking idiot. That's getting milked. Idiot.
You're probably addicted to it. It's probably become a ritual for you. It's probably become part of your actual behavior pattern to go watch this kind of schlock.
Behavior pattern.
You know, it's the same thing with regular detractor content, right? Anyone on the internet who's a detractor and all they do is they clip someone and they say negative, toxic things about them, that's fake. They know they have a captive audience of people who can't control themselves. It's literal abuse, okay? They know no matter what, if they say toxic...
It's literal abuse. Man, I've never seen anyone... Like, it's funny. I've seen so many people who beef with other people online. Whatever. I've never seen them say that those people are abusing their audience. Like, in this kind of way. And if anything, DSP abuses his audience the most... From my perspective. Because DSP has literally... Like people are like, well, DSP doesn't yell at people anymore. And I'm like, wrong. He does yell at people. He yells at his audience. Every time his audience steps out of line, DSP will like dogpile on them instantly. They're all punching backs to him. Like, he doesn't... Like, people are like, well, he doesn't yell at other streamers like Toby Turner or whatever the fuck. Yeah, but they have perceived power. But you know who he can yell at and they can't fight back? His fucking audience. So he will yell at them. That's who he yells at. He still yells at people and gets mad at people. It's just not at other streamers that can fight back. It's to his own fucking audience. And this guy is saying these other people don't abuse him when he has done actual abuse tactics. Actual abuse tactics. Shit that people say abusers do all the time. When, like, you have a guest over and it's like, well, and you're trying to put it on the front so people don't know what you are, right? And that's what DSP does all the time. A fucking site admin can show up in his fucking audience, and suddenly DSP is like, "I love my audience. Oh my god, wow, that's so funny." And he'll laugh at all their jokes, and he'll pal around. The second they leave, "Oh, who the fuck said that? You're being very negative, bitch, piece of shit." And then he bans them. Look at Lavinia. No, yeah, Lavinia, or whatever the fuck. He yelled at this person for simply saying, "There's fans in your mini PC." And then he did not give a fuck about apologizing to them in any serious way. And then banned them anyway. And he would always gaslight them all the time. Again, he does so much abuser shit to his own audience. It is like really funny. In a way that's like, if he did this to any other streamer, I don't think anyone would genuinely seriously care as much as DSP thinks they would, because you think people are gonna look at DSP, let's say DSP like shed on Asmongold, like he shits on Lavinia or whatever the fuck. You think people are gonna give a fuck? No. Even if he did that to a streamer that people liked. No, like, he dogged on a VTuber. And the only person that really, like, was upset about it in a meaningful way, I guess, was like, was it Justin Wong? But even then, that didn't even last that long. Because Justin Wong, I think, fought him in, like, Marvel or whatever, and was like, "Oh man, cool fight," or whatever the fuck. He wasn't like, "Oh my god, this guy, he mocked a VTuber. This guy should lose his livelihood." Like, no one would give a fuck if these was like, "Yeah, guys, Moist Critical is a piece of shit." No one would care. The play would still on rotate. The only people that would probably care are Moist fans, I guess, or detractors that give him a hard time or whatever the fuck. But this dude will literally dogpile on his audience. But the thing is, he could get paid to do it. Like he'll shit on his own viewers and they'll pay him regardless. It's like nothing matters. Nothing matters.
Negative things about someone, whether they're rational, irrational, based on fact, completely made up out of nowhere, it doesn't matter. They've got you hooked. And they got your money. And they're going to continue to take it because you have no self-control.
Take it.
You're basically addicted. Just like anyone can get addicted to anything. To any kind of vice. And they're making bank on it.
Again, he is getting paid to do card packs, and he has instilled addictive, like, thoughts to his audience. Like, 220 is the first ever den to develop an addiction to give DSP money. He is the only den, like, not even OIC got this far into an addiction to giving a dude money. I mean, OIC, I think, was mostly addicted to, like, streaks and shit, because Twitch used to tally how many gifted subs someone did, and he loved that. But after that, it just... The whole OIC timeline is very weird and odd, and then it just kind of ended on a whimper. It kind of went away pretty quickly as it came. But you then look at fucking 220, and this dude was, like, crashing out, like, when he was banned. "Phil, let me back in. I want to give you money. I want to give you money. Oh my god." And he was, like, addicted. He was going through withdrawals from not being able to give DSP money. The first ever person to be addicted to giving someone money. It is insane. It is insane. And this dude is saying all the other people form addictions. I mean, sure, that happens. But again, notice, like, how, like, nonsense this all is. And again, he's shitting on people who are addicted. Isn't it, like, sad and depressing? When talking about Wings, "Oh, poor Wings, yeah, Wings is trying so hard," and all this other shit, when, like, Wings has done other stuff that's also just as bad. So, like, it kind of, like, you know, whatever. You can look at Wings however you want, right? But when this dude looks at other people that he perceives as having addictions, fuck them, they're rubes and stupid. Bleh. Okay, man, cool.
You know?
Again, imagine his reaction if people talk about his audience this way. He would crash out on them.
Stuff that they've benefited from. You know, the idiotic stuff that people do, and then they benefit from it. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. It's always going to exist. The best thing I can do is ignore it. I don't care. It doesn't affect me.
You
But
you
you
just
just say
talked
dumb shit
about
like,
it.
"Did you know the casino proved that you're wearing a diaper?" So you're retarded then. So I mean, essentially, that's what you're saying. You're
No, no,
actual.
but notice he didn't ban Bilbo Swaggins. You want to know why he didn't ban Bilbo? Because he is still a useful little dent that will give him money every time, and that's a good like revenue stream. That is a form of an exploitation ring, if you will. He knows that people like Bilbo is gonna keep sending him kicks or whatever to say trolling things, and he will not ban them because he wants to exploit that. Like it's the same shit he did on Kick with a lot of people. Life is Destroyer Mad is like an easy go to. Snow Carl's another one where he will just do these circular arguments with them, so they would keep giving him money to rebuttal, and it will not go anywhere. And then once they get to the point where he's done with them, he'll ban them, and then watch them grovel, and then unban them, and then do the whole process again to just take more money off of them. And then in that process, the person who's doing it will eventually either become a fan because it's like the Batman meme statement where either die a hero or live long enough to be the villain, where you will either get banned a troll or be unbanned and stay in the chat long enough, super chat long enough to become a fan. Like, that's what happens with these fucking people who give him money to troll him. They will just fall down this rabbit hole of slowly either becoming a fan or just a revenue source for DSP to milk. That's what he's doing. That's what he does with these people. That's why he loves KickChat. This is why he'll never leave KickChat. He can monetize the trolling, which, again, keep in mind, he has mocked Craig for doing. Craig monetized the hate, and that's fucked up. But what's he doing having KickChat be the troll chat, correct? And then if they go a little too far out of line, he says, troll correctly, where it's not super mean and it's trolling enough where I get money out of it. Like, that's why the whole moral support thing was a big deal, because that wasn't a revenue stream for him to milk, because this was free trolling that he didn't want. Okay, sound good?
Actually mentally deficient to believe anything that those two say.
Hopefully
Anyway,
ends.
thanks for 500 kicks.
I ranted a lot.
Amazing. Thank you for the support. That's
There's
awesome.
another video. There's another video.
Absolutely amazing. Group of people. It's not an entire.
Wait, what?
It's just sad. Like I've said, what has happened in the last 10 to 15 years, okay, is there is now an entire group of people.
Oh,
it's not an entire generation.
Okay.
But it's a big chunk of a generation of people.
Oh my god, okay.
That the entirety of their lives have been spent online. And what I mean by that is...
I don't understand what that means, though, because there is a generation that's been online for the rest of their lives. Like, why do you think that these dumb fuck parents want so badly for the government to surveil people so badly that, oh, we need age verification. We must give the government our ID so we can use the internet. Why do you think that's going on so much, DSP? Because there's people online. What? Okay.
That is, there was never a time when they were disconnected, a time when this real life around you, like, you know, this physical medium that's right here in front of me.
This is really dumb. Like, I get what he's saying. It's just, again, he doesn't need to be this dramatic, because literally people who are online, they have like interacted with real life. Like, he's mostly like talking about like I don't know how to describe it, because I guess it is like, a little over dramatic how it sounds, because like they're just watching stuff online and they don't have the critical thought into verifying what they're seeing or whatever. And like that is like a problem. But I think like I don't know how to describe it, because I feel like it's a slight difference in what he's saying it as. Like, because I do think that the drama aspect of content creation and people watching drama content and all this stuff, I don't think this is exclusive to online. Like, this has always been a thing before. Like, TMZ shit, gossip, whatever. Like, this has been a thing. It's just repackaged in other ways. And it's like, yeah, I think the only thing that is a little different is just how people interact with the world. Like the internet has made people talk to other people across the globe, and that's a little different. That's like that's a little
That's
interesting.
real, that was actually the main focus. Instead, it's just been we're online all the time. My entire existence, my persona, the interactions I have, they're all online. My life in real life is miserable and lonely and bad.
Like this is dumb. Like I think what it is as well is that it's very like rigid outlook, and again, I'm not going to necessarily say that everyone online is your friend or whatever, but I do think that like it's not like impossible to have online friends. Like you could have an online friendship or whatever all you want. Like you could be like close friends with people online, whatever. But these are things that you kind of build over time, and whatever. Like uh, and I think it's disingenuous to just say that well, online isn't real. Like I understand the concept. I understand like where that's coming from because you don't know the other person on the other end of the screen. There's also bot accounts, whatever. But these manifest in other ways in people's lives that cause other problems. But to act as if there's no socialization happening online, it is a little ignorant to say because you are socializing online. You post something online, people will react to it. How you word it matters, and how you respond to criticism matters. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Like, there's all these gradients to things that are happening. And again, this is the guy that always talks about the world is in black and white, yet he talks so much in absolutes.
So I try to ignore that and pretend it doesn't exist. I'm an online avatar. I'm an online persona. I got the weird picture to say that's me, even though it's really not and doesn't look like you. And your whole life is a fairy tale. So you
What does that mean? Like, what does this mean in any reality? Because if people are online watching stuff and they're interacting with other people, like, is he really thinking that people are like, oh, like my profile pic is Malinois from Hades 2 on Twitter? Does that mean that I think I'm Malinois? Yeah, people who see me like, wow, Malinois is talking to me. No, it's just I like the art of Malinois in that one pose. I'm like, I'm just gonna have this as my profile pic because it's like really cool. Like that's it. That's it. It's not wow, this is me or whatever. It's like what the fuck are you talking about? Like I understand that there are people who I interact with online that are real people, and are they the way that they talk to me may either be genuine or not. I don't know, but I'm not gonna sit there and trust my life in their hands immediately. Like there's something very divorced from reality with how he views the internet, how people interact on the internet. Like it's just there's a degree of like I understand what he's saying or where he's coming from, but I don't trust that he understands what he's saying.
So you sit online and you latch on to these online social groups and communities. And you see people who are of a like, oh, I don't like that person, so now I'm going to latch on to someone else who makes content that's negative about them. And I'm going to spend my entire time hate watching and getting a hate boner for someone and A-logging them. That's not life. It's not. And how people even have money to spend, I guarantee you it's government money. You just get,
Again, I love that the trolls and all these people, they're all funded by the government. All of them. But DSP viewers, not a single one gets a welfare check. I mean, like, in the rules of possibility, there's probably a percentage of people who support other online internet creators who have disability or welfare check, whatever. And at the end of the day, who fucking cares? Like, like at some point, it's like, are we really gonna like split hairs and fucking analyze what these people do with their money? Like, and how much money are they getting? Like, people act as if people who are getting like these welfare or the government money are getting billions of dollars. They're probably not getting a lot of money. You could say it's a waste of money, and that's fine. you can say that about anybody in reality. Anyone can waste money. Anyone can. But oh, they get it for like why make that distinction? Like, does it really matter? Like these people, like it's just how much money do you think that they're getting from the government? And it's once a month that they're getting this payment. Like it's just like, who cares? Life sucks. Like we have fucking diarrhea going across the country, but we're gonna sit here and talk about how people are splitting their welfare checks on fucking streamers. Okay, man, whatever.
These people aren't functional people, or if they are, they're probably these secluded weirdos who do jobs where they don't actually talk to anyone, or if they do, it's like very minimal interaction.
No, I like that we went from it's government money, or to then well they have jobs, and then like all this other stuff, and then we're criticizing their job. First he's saying that these people stay in their basement, they don't do anything. To then, well, they have a job, but their job sucks, and they probably stay in a closet in their workplace or whatever the fuck. They work harder than you do, Phil. Like, I'm sorry, these people who are supposedly shut-ins, they spend more time outside than he does, which is kind of funny.
And then they go home, and now it's time to live now. Go online and troll someone and throw money at people who troll people. Like, that's not life, but they think it is. There's probably, no exaggeration, millions of people on this planet who they think that's human existence. And it's the first case of it happening because this is the first generation of people that have lived online their entire lives.
Yeah, this never happened before,
They never had a
guys.
disconnect where I don't have instant gratification on my phone or my computer at any moment.
It's so funny. We're back to shitting on instant gratification from the guy who gets so butthurt about things not happening instantaneously for him. Like, this dude, I forgot what the problem was, but at some point, like, all he had to do was wait. He just had to wait. And this dude was acting as if he was gonna die in 5 seconds. Like, I can't wait. Oh my god. Like, like, he always acts like this. Like, listen to him talk about fucking delivery services. This dude, the way he talks about the USPS is so fucking insane and unhinged. It's a Sunday. He's like, dude, they're not delivering my package. It's Sunday. These people, oh my god. And it's like, dude, just wait. Calm down. And this dude is acting as if like it's a slight against him when it's like all he has to do is wait. Like, this dude acts as if the USPS is like shitting in his little packages, and I think they should. I think it should be a government mandated thing, because it's a patriotic thing to ruin this guy's day, because this guy is so ungrateful about anything. He can get what he wants day one, and it's still not enough for this fucker.
Any moment, I actually have to live.
Like,
they never had that.
To get someone, look, he doesn't understand, like, all these services being defunded. USPS is defunded. They don't have a functioning budget because the government doesn't want to fund it. And then he's like, why is the service so bad? Yeah, because they're not getting funded by the government to make a better service.
Had that.
Because they wanted to be privatized.
If you sit there every time that one of these people go online to watch someone with a hate boner, you're pretty messed up. Normal people don't do this. Normal people are so busy with their own lives.
He says this as this guy, like, shits on LTG every chance he gets. He celebrates Rich's downfall. He celebrates LTG's downfall. He, like, come on.
With their own things going on. Fun, positive stuff. Every once in a while, you'll watch the meme video, right? Every once in a while, someone opens up a "this is how you don't play." That's fine. That's normal behavior. But if you literally watch hateful, toxic groups of people who all they do is bring down others, you're part of the downfall of human society.
The downfall of humans. I mean, I think there's other causes for the downfall of human society. I don't think watching detractor content about DSP is one of them. Just putting it out there.
And you're going to be a major reason why things are falling apart. You never bother.
Yeah, the diarrhea epidemic that's going on right now, all this diarrhea that's happening, it isn't because of, like, poor monitoring of the cyclospora or whatever. That's not the problem. The problem is people are watching detractor content. That's why we have diarrhea. That's why we cannot eat lettuce anymore, because of the detractors.
You just sat there miserable, clowning on others, because your life is worse. It's pathetic.
It's
And
pathetic.
it's, you know,
It's
the
dumb.
fact that there are people who have actually made it a craft
A craft.
to sucker these people in, to make it sound like you're part of some kind of a community. You're not. You're just something. You're a sponge.
DSP has acted this way about his own community. He tries to sucker people in all the time. Like, it's insane. I wish I was like Pig Go with this shit, where I could just pull out clips I'm thinking of. Because you did find one. Like, the very, like, basic one, I guess, is, like, when he adds a new animation to the contribution shit, and he will not show you it, he'll just tell you, well, if you get this amount, well, you'll see it, just give me this amount, and you'll see it, guys, and we got a new $100 tip animation, not gonna show it, but if you get it, you'll see it, and so it's like, oh, we have to, like, give you money to see something. That's not suckering people in? Okay.
To be wrung out into a bucket, which is their wallet. They're just wringing you out because they realize how actually weird you are, and they don't care for you. They just care for your money. That's why
DSP has DSP has said this to his own audience as well. We are not friends. This is a business. We are just I'm just streaming and all this. Like, he has been like hammering home, like, and that's whatever. I mean, you know, it's just very weird because how many streamers will tell you that to your face? Because shouldn't that be implied? But then he will just look at any other like woman streamer who says that guys are getting parasocial with them or creepy with them, and he'll say, "Well, here's because you're exploiting them." And it's like, okay, man, they're just streaming. Like, do they really need to give you a disclaimer that they're streamers and they're just trying to have a good time and have a good game?
that's why they make the content they do. Do you think these people would make a piece of content if it was demonetized? No, they're doing.
I like it. This is also funny. He's like, you think they would do this content if they were demonetized? No. Okay. Which implies that DSP would do content even if he was demonetized. So where are the reviews? Where are the reviews? Why didn't he react to Summer Game Fest? Why does he talk so much? Like, this dude did not want at all to buy One Piece for a while, or like even during the Pokemon card shit, he didn't want to run the risk of getting a resealed package, even though like I thought the point of it was just to open the card packs just for fun, for shits and giggles. And then he would just offhandedly mention value, oh, the value this, value that. And then he wanted to get paid $100 to open a pack. Then he got talked down to $50. And then he has rules about what pack you'll open. All this shit. Why didn't he do the pack rips for free? He doesn't have to do the pack rips every second of every day. He could have just been like, okay, guys, it's the end of the stream. Let's just open a pack. No, he can't do that. Why would he do that? He needs to get money to do that. Like, everything about this dude is paywalled. You go to the fucking Steam tryout nights, and all of those streams boil down to people giving him money, suggesting games. But, and also, he will not play games because of money. Where's the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth stream? People talking about soccer, or whatever the fuck. Oh, okay. Right. Why are you so scared of playing Persona 4? Why are you so scared of playing Avatar? Or whatever the fuck. This dude keeps saying, I can't play this. The money, it's a business. Money. But then this guy was like, you think these people are gonna do stuff if they get demonetized? Bitch, you don't do shit because of the money just as much. Shut up.
Doing it because they know you're gullible. And they know you have no life, or else you wouldn't sit there watching that crap. It's that simple. And again, you think, oh, maybe Phil's just, talking about that or whatever. Guess what? I've had that conversation with the Kino Casino. That's outright what they told me. They said, you can't care about these people. They're not your friends. They're different.
Oh my god, I think this was either mostly people telling him like, you know, you don't need to trust all these people as your friends or be this like possessive of them. Like he's kind of like to a degree possessive of his audience. I don't know how to describe it, but like he does, because he does say like my friends, and he acts very parasocial. Like even the thing is, if that was enough for Deez to be like, oh, he says this and all this other shit, that kind of shows that he's like, I don't know, like
They're just there to be used outright in conversation.
because this straight, they're there to be used. Oh man, I wish I could just pull out the DM that he's talking about, because like again, I guarantee this is a disingenuous spinning of what PPP told him.
That's outright what they told me. They said, you can't care about these people. They're not your friends. They're just there to be used. Outright in conversations, I was told this. Like, wow, I never thought of it that way. Like for me, when I'm streaming, I think my viewers are positive people who have like mind to me.
But so then why do you tell them that? But oh my god, this is like another part of the list of weird things. Like this is maybe not as weird as when he kept telling us that we were reciprocating and that we were in a relationship or some weird shit like that. Like this dude is so weird to his own audience. Like this is very parasocial almost, where he's like, yeah, I see my viewers as like positive people. Like, yeah, I'm sure everyone who streams just sees their audience as positive people or like whatever. Like it's very disingenuous how he's like viewing how PvP described it, because he was probably telling him like, you don't need to see them as your friend. I mean, they're there to watch you and all this other stuff. Like, yeah, they can support you, whatever. Like, kind of like telling him to not be like passionately connected to their audience. You know, kind of the same warning that people tell people when they watch stuff, like, don't get parasocial with people because you know, whatever. Come on, dog.
Me, similar interests, and we like hanging out and having fun. They like the fact that I broadcast for them for free all day, every day, and they want.
I always hate that this dude says shit like this. They like that I broadcast them for free. Ignoring the support, by the way, I'm ignoring the support aspect. This attitude really shows, like, I'll be a little fair and say it may be unintentional, but he has like brought this up multiple times when he's like upset about like his audience in some cases, where he's like, you know, I'm streaming for you for this long and no one's supporting me. Guys, like, I may go away and you're not supporting me. All this other shit. And it's like, this is the most entitled behavior that anyone can have. You're sitting there telling your audience that they like it that I stream them for free. Like, you're doing them a fucking service. Dude, anyone that uploads to YouTube is doing free content by nature, because they're not paywalling it off the bat, whatever. Meanwhile, this guy will just harp on and on and on about card packs. Like, card packs are just another gateway beg. It's a gateway drug to begging. Guys, I really want to open Night Rain Super Pack tonight, guys. I really want to, but we don't have any support. Don't you want to see if I get a rare card?
They want me to keep being able to do what I do. They want me to be able to improve myself and have a good life, so they support me. That's how I think. To them, it's like, no, these are just degenerates on the internet, weirdo fucks.
Oh my god, even in his own, like, thing, that's not even what he accused them of saying. They just said they're there to be used and they're not your friends. And DSP then adds later on that they call them degenerative fucks. I mean, if we really want to go down that path, a fucking mod in DSP's chat back when he was on Twitch accidentally shared a link to a porn site on, like, was it like furry porn or whatever the fuck? That they posted that in his own fucking chat. It was Popsicolo. Like, are we really going to blame Ashton or PPP for calling your own audience fucking degenerates? I mean, you call everyone degenerates. He just called their chat like mentally ill, and these people are like are rubes and all this other shit. And then he's like, well, that's what they call it. Like, okay, okay, if that's how it is, right? He is framing that PPE does not care about his audience. Then why is DSP joining in and mocking them? Like again, he is trying so hard because he's streaming on Kick, and as I said, I think to a degree he thinks that enough people who watch him on Kick are all Kino Casino viewers or whatever the fuck, and he I bet you this dude has a wet dream every night thinking of the day where every single Kino Casino viewer gets what's the word I'm thinking of? Like they get conditioned? No. Well, whatever. They get shown the way that DSP was right all along, and these people are scammers and evil people. And then they're gonna go to DSP and be like, DSP, you're right. They are toxic, and we love you now. And all those viewers, all those tens of thousands of viewers that watch Kino Casino are gonna realize that they're evil people, and then they're gonna watch DSP and say, yes, this is positive content. I guarantee it's a wet dream he has as he's sitting next to his lovely wife. You know, when they're in bed together, DSP ain't thinking about her. He's thinking about the viewers. He's thinking about Kino Casino going on a downfall, and then DSP like absorbing their entire viewer base, and everyone loves Phil. That's what he's thinking of. He's thinking of the day when all these people realize Phil was right. Kino Casino sucks. And they love Phil. And his content. And his cards. And they will say, yes, we will give you our money.
And we just want their money. So we do this nonsense every day and we wring them out like sponges. Like, it's a conversation I had. Like, wow. Now, of course, was I going to tell them, wow, that's fucked up? Of course not, because I was working with them.
DSP has done this with his own whales. Like, half the drama of, like, 220 and Ironcook Sakai and any other whale that has ever done weird shit has always come down with, I'm cool, guys. I let them in. I support, I accept their money, and that's that. Or whatever the fuck. He has similar weird shit that sounds like he's, like, kind of wringing them out, too. But whatever.
But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, this is not something that I want to be involved in. This is, truly degenerate shit. And, people who don't understand.
Then why did you do it for 6 months? He scoped them out. And again, even if he was sneaking them and lying and robbing the casino, what does it really, like, how does he get off? Fucking grandstanding Kino Casino when he did tantamount the same shit drama people do. Like, it really is like a scammer virtue signaling over another scammer. Like, dude, you're a scammer too. Shut up. Go back into the mud.
Understand that obviously there's something wrong. Just watch their content for literally 5 minutes as an outsider, not someone who's part of the party. But as someone who's an outsider, and you just see how they behave, how they act, how they talk, what they're doing. Like, this is not right. This is messed up stuff. But
then you look at these, we talk about, like, LTG, Wings, the drama streams he did. It's all disingenuous. He doesn't give a fuck. He wants to be a savior to Wings. He wants to be Wings' savior. He wants to mock LTG because he perceives LTG thinks that he's like hot shit, which is whatever. I mean, I'm sure he's a narcissist just as much as anyone else can accuse him of. But this dude will sit there and just fucking use them as props to make himself look good. He doesn't care what he says. Oh my god, Wings, you need to stop eating fast food. Wow, man, what insightful commentary. Well, he had him on his own fucking stream. And again, he did not give a fuck what Wings had to say. Wings explained to him what a depression stream was. And DSP literally, in one ear out the other, did not give a fuck what he had to say. he only wanted Wings and not do Lolcow Live, and wanted to be like, yeah, Wings, don't do Lolcow Live. When Wings literally said, yeah, I don't want to do it, but like I'm open to do it because I don't want to like close the door on opportunities and this and that. And he's like, wow, Wings is so desperate. He went back to Lolcow Live, and it's like, no, he said he was always open to do it. He just didn't want to do it anymore at the time because he wanted to focus on his own content and didn't want to close up opportunity. Like an adult, any adult that is doing content understands an opportunity. If they want to do it, you can think whatever you want about it. But this dude always thinks less of these people. When Keem did that boxing match with Wings and Boogie, DSP acted as if Keem was doing hobo fights and he was exploiting them. When it was like a whatever thing. A lot of YouTubers were doing boxing matches. It was like a whole thing at the time. And this dude was acting as if it was some exploitative ring, like it's like a fucking underground boxing match that's illegal, and these are people that are down on their luck and they're being exploited. It's like, no. Like, these people were able to survive before the boxing match and they got more money after it. Like, it's whatever.
Weirdos get caught up in all of the hype of it.
And then, when he talks about Wings and Boogie, during this whole thing, he really acted as if they had zero agency. And like, Keem owned them. Like, sure, maybe the Boogie, because Keem did get Boogie to go on all fours. In a video, but at the end of the day, like, they had as much power to leave a show, which they did. Like, if Wings had zero agency, how was he able to leave Lolcow Live? How was he able to leave? Keem probably would not have allowed him to leave because the show sucked when they couldn't get DSP on. And then you take Wings out, all you got is Boogie. What a showstopper.
And then they can't control themselves. Again, it's more of addiction. It's more of feeling like you're part of an online community because you have a miserable existence in real life.
You have a miserable existence.
And then you get caught up in this nonsense. It's crazy shit.
I love that if you have a miserable existence, you're just prone to watch drama content. Yes.
All right, anyway, I think we should change the subject because I didn't want to talk about that regardless, but you know, it was brought up.
He loves talking about it.
So there you have it.
There you have it.
Watching a kind of a lighthearted, let's make fun of someone's gameplay, okay, versus let's actually be.
But this is so ambiguous and vague that you don't know who the fuck he's talking about. Like, he is saying this, but go to any of the crash outs by the game journalist meme. This dude will say this to you and then be like, oh yeah, so on Twitter, someone made a clip called the game journalist clip, and they showed me fucking around in Doom. And it's like, dude, just laugh at this. Like, come on. And even then, like, I always think about that because it is so stupid. He's like, dude, they put explosive barrels there as a trap. And then you look at how you played, it's like, why don't you just shoot the barrels when the enemies are swarming the barrels? And he never did that. He never did that. He would go in, walk out, or whatever the fuck, and then he thought that's how you play Doom the Dark Ages. It was, like, insane. And this dude got so butthurt about that. Same with the Zelda shit. And he's like, it's one thing to make fun of my gameplay, it's another to say I wear diapers. It's like, then why weren't you laughing when people were like, wow, he sucked at Zelda. He didn't understand the puzzles. He will always say this because it's just opportunistic nonsense. The thing current is mean. Ouch, that's awful. Then, over time, well, it's one thing when you do that thing, but it's another to do this current thing that's attacking me. Like, it's nonsense. Who would take this guy seriously? Like, come on. He says he learned so much from This Is How You Don't Play. Oh my god, guys. I was so terrible. I know now that I should laugh with the This Is How You Don't Play. The game journalist meme is the modern day This Is How You Don't Play. A ripe time for him to laugh with it. And he never did. He always got buttered about it. And then it was like, I do got gameplay. And then you look at the gameplay and it's this complete neutered nonsense where the entire chat is telling him how to play, and then he's like, "What? How was I supposed to know about this?" It's like, come on, man.
Be degenerates and talk so horribly about a person, knowingly making shit up about them just to make people think bad about them so they'll open their wallets to us. There's a big difference.
Big difference.
Laughing at something that really happened versus actually just outright slander, defamation, and lies. It's completely different.
All right, are we done? Can I move on to the next video?
So your armor, while not...
Okay, we are doing hand holding, so we don't need to see this. We can move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Of course, Yuck Almighty, again, it's what I said. No matter what I do, it's not good enough for these online trolls, right? The point is, these people were
again,
never asked...
we are focusing on the trolls, but why don't you focus on your audience? Why it's like, why if the trolls say, "Phil, I think you should dye your hair blonde," should he do that because the trolls say he should? Like, I don't understand. I thought you're making content for your fans. Why do you care about, oh, what I do is not good enough for the trolls? Why are you trying to impress the trolls? Like, I mean, they will have, like, criticism and feedback and all this stuff. And again, I've said this, like, forever. But you can just analyze the criticism and think about it. But he never does. Every time he gets feedback, he's like, what do you guys think? Should I do this? I don't know. I think this would be bad. And then, like, he sometimes just takes the feedback and goes to the insane extremes. The suggestion box is literally the best example of this. You watch the suggestion box, and literally, a dude was saying, you should, like, talk more with your wife, and, like, you should have, like, more of a good time with each other, or whatever. Like, basically saying that he should, like, smile with his wife, or, like, talk to her more, or whatever. And he took that as, we're not gonna take cocaine and have sex on stream, dumb fuck. It's like, Jesus, dude, that's not at all what they said. I mean, mostly these, like, he took that stuff like, yeah, I'm not gonna put on a mask and force to be happy. It's like, dude, like, you should not have to try to have a good time with your wife. Like, I think it's kind of a red flag when someone says you should, like, try to have fun with your wife, and you take it as, I'm not gonna try to have good fun with my wife, or whatever the fuck. Like, what kind of response is that? What? I should have a good time. I'm not gonna force myself to have a good time with my wife. Are you crazy? Like, and then you watch the fucking content and you really understand the criticism. Because it was literally like, Mom, can you help me play this video game? And then, like, the mom is just sitting there and the kids is sitting, like, it even looked like that, honestly. It's like literally him just waiting his turn. And then, like, his mom was like, all right, Timmy, I did the hard part for you. Now you can walk around and fuck around. Like, it is so funny. I always talk about this, how Kat did the most gameplay shit in these games. You watch the Animal Crossing stream, from what I remember, all DSP would ever do is, like, fish. And maybe, like, talk to other villagers. But all of the major progress that happened was because of Kat. Like, it is so funny. And even now, when he's doing these fucking SimSlop games, he does the bare minimum. The chat has to tell him what to do. And it's like, all Kat did when she was on camera was just do the mundane shit he didn't want to do. Like, it was really to the point where people, like, thought that the Kat streams back in 20 whatever the fuck was to get ahead of Mike Klum, which, you know, I'm sure that's true. It's not far-fetched. But I also think, straight up, he didn't want to do Dodoko Island. And he knew Kat loved doing that kind of shit and wanted her to do it so he can reap the reward, because that's what he was, like, obsessed with. After that, once Kat was done playing games, all we heard about her involvement was reaping the rewards. That was all the value of Kat's gameplay, was reaping the rewards. We did not give a fuck about what she contributed to the stream other than the rewards in the game. Like, it is insane. It is insane.
Actually criticizing me. at all. They were trolling me. There's a difference. Criticism is, man, we really wish Phil would improve, and if he does good for him, we'll be happy for him. Trolling is, we just say everything you do is wrong no matter what. It's always wrong, because we just don't like you, right? That's the difference.
So then why do you listen to these people?
So for all those years, when people were saying to me, you're fat, you're lazy, you know, all of that, your quality on your streams is...
Now, what if, like, I like how disingenuous this is and vague, too, because sure, you could argue that there are people that would say, Phil's fat, and then he, like, works out, and now they're, like, not happy with him losing weight or whatever the fuck, and they're not saying, wow, Phil's based, he worked out. But what about the ones who did? We're not talking about those people. They don't matter anymore. So whatever they say, it doesn't matter.
Is terrible. Your gameplay commentary is awful. Your gameplay skill level is awful. You're fat. You're unhealthy.
But I'm just gonna say, I've said this as well. He is the most, like, monkey paw streamer ever. Like he is the manifestation of it. You can say, man, Phil's commentary sucks, and then he'll just do clown mode, and then say that's improving the commentary. It's like, damn, like, again, everything that we criticized him before that he addressed is like a monkey paw. The dead air was a blessing that we took for granted. We took that for granted, everybody. Like, we mocked him for the dead air, but man, we did not know how good we had it back with the dead air. Now it's just fucking AI stuff with music that just repeats over and over. It's so bad, and it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit, and we have to listen to him just do random, like, boop 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 boop, and then he would, like, do a little pig dance. He would do the piggy shuffle for music that doesn't sound good, and it's really embarrassing that this dude said that he listens to AI music on his own time. Like, that is, like, depressing. Like, that is depressing shit. I would, that sounds miserable. That's a miserable existence. There's all these talented musicians out there, all this good music, and this dude is like listening to AI slop. Like, that is misery.
You're doing all the wrong things. So what's happened in the last 5 years? I've literally completely changed everything, right? The stream quality, exceptionally good. In fact, better than a lot of other streamers these days, quite frankly.
I will say, I'm gonna say a hot take, guys. He does actually kind of look a little normal in this video. It's so weird. All these other videos, like, he looks so weird, and then here he looks a little normal. Like the skin suit kind of was functional today, on that day. And this is another day which this sure looks weird. It looks like it's like cutting off circulation in his arms. But let's see. I don't know what I paused there for, so I lost that. Rip.
It's terrible. It's boring. It makes the game uninteresting. Because you used to go to the tournament or watch the Evo stream, right? Evo. Oh my God, look at these new strategies. I never knew that Guile...
What the fuck are we talking about?
...could do that. I didn't know that Blanca had that strategy or combo. Now it's like everyone already knew everything beforehand. It's boring. On to the next tournament. That's not good. I mean, you've destroyed the interesting part of fighting it.
This is dumb. That's not true. I think his name was Nitro. I don't remember his name. My bad. But there was a tournament in Guilty Gear at one point, and this was the year that Jacko won Evo, and it was so cool and based. And I was like, damn, that's cool shit. And then after that, I played her way better than ever before. I became a Jacko monster than I ever was when she released. It was crazy. Jacko was such a cool character, man. I could gush about this character. But this dude was like saying this stuff, and I was wowed by Jacko gameplay. Come on, dog.
Clay Dabbler did a two-part...
And he looks kind of weird here. Like, whatever. Maybe he's on his way to look normal.
My quality is actually better than I probably should have, right? For the amount of actual attention I get,
yeah,
my streams look so much better than probably they deserve. With their,
okay, we're just gonna skip ahead. We don't need the glazing.
Top of the line equipment using...
Yeah.
Completely changed me. Interacting with my audience in a positive way.
Wait, what? Hold up.
Having actual feedback and criticism that I take and I improve as much as I can. Just last week, I heard your feedback saying the animations are intrusive, they're too big, they're too loud. Change them. Your webcam's too big.
Wow, what good feedback, man.
Shrunk it.
Wow, man. Crazy feedback. Go back to the suggestion box and just man, actually, you know what? Let's go crazy. Suggestion box. Let's see what happens if I just type in. Oh yes.
One game that becomes popular.
Oh god. I think this was, yeah, we got the oat meat. Hold up. I'm scared. Okay. All right. Here we go. Feedback on the podcast intros. Implementing few. Okay. Here we go.
Let's see what happens. And go from there. But if that works, it's awesome. Thank you, OP Boone. That's an amazing suggestion that I can implement right.
Okay,
video.
we're gonna.
Yes, and I will try to remember to do that. The same intro every day.
We are now listening.
Start using that
to basic
sure.
bitch.
So thank
suggestion
you for that.
box.
There it is. Okay.
I want one that's like that sounds reasonable for a human, not for a baby. Anyone can do whatever.
Do too many more, but let's do a few more here. So here we go. Here's my idea. Instead of having a 10 to 15 minute Q&A segment that extends the podcast, now for clarification purposes, I don't do that every day.
Here we go.
Right? I only do that on days when we have extra time at the end of the show, and I want to see if anyone has things on their mind to talk about before we go to the game, because that way we don't have those questions during the game. Right? It gives you an opportunity to ask me stuff before we get to the game, so we don't have burning questions that I go, oh, let's start playing the game. Oh, wait, here comes a ton of questions from the audience now because I'm interacting, right? But anyway, he says, try taking a 10-minute break after splitting the second gameplay part and talk with the viewers about what they're thinking of the game or stream. Okay? Now,
why
did Boone responded to this suggestion.
Oh my god! Oh no, we're not listening to fucking OP Boone.
I did that.
Nope.
The podcast is more popular.
No.
This podcast actually has a following, right? But I also had a very lengthy break in between.
Okay, let's move on.
Like, it's not like when I'm playing the game.
Oh my god, dude! I give up. I give up. I can't.
Doing everything directly responsive to my audience because I appreciate them so much, right? Myself, look.
The cat one is a good one because it's like it's very funny on multiple levels. It's a multi-layered moment because it really is like you really can't have a good time with your wife on stream. Like you really have to try really hard to do that.
Completely lost all of the weight. Got healthy, working out constantly. Better.
Okay, we don't need to hear how you.
All bad. Phil, everything you've done is bad. You're still the worst streamer on the internet. Your opinion is irrelevant if it's not based on any.
Yeah, but okay, listen to this, right? Oh, my streams look good, this, that. Like, we are completely omitting, like, what about people who think the whole thing with the card packs is bad? Like, they think that's predator. Because this dude will sit there and, like, harp on the packs. Guys, I really want to open this pack, guys. I just got the Nightblade pack. Let's open the Nightblade pack. Guys, I really want to open it. Guys, we didn't open packs in like days. Or whatever. Then we would talk about momentum and all this, like it's far more shady in the sense that there's no goal, but yet he like tries to push him to give him a certain amount of money all the time. And no amount is ever good enough.
Any criteria where there could be some success. Do you get it? That it's not an opinion anymore. It's just hate. It's just vitriol. It's just jealousy. Because now you see how well I'm doing and you're pissed. Damn, why is Phil doing so good? That sucks. I've been gone for a while. I come back. Why is Phil fucking succeeding? Why does he look so good? Because I worked hard. That's why. Because I worked hard.
How did he... But look at the card pack shit. Just innately look at it. What's the hard work? he's using the camera angle he's used for DSP tries it before. It's not like a new camera angle or a new setup. It's the same setup as ever before, which I'm just gonna say it's fine. Whatever. Secondly, he has no personality with this. He has like no connection to anything, and it doesn't matter. And he only cares about the value of all these cards. He didn't want to do the One Piece cards solely because of the value proposition, which is insane when he makes money doing the card packs. This dude's like, well, the card packs are like hundreds of dollars. It's like, dude, you can make that within a stream. A stream. And a lot of his support comes from one dude. Sometimes two. But it's been mostly one dude that just wants to throw money around. All the time. What hard thing did he do? Think about it. When you really start thinking about, ordering cards is hard work. That's like me saying, guys, it's very hard work. When I buy my figures, it's hard. Guys, it's crazy. It's like, guys, where can I buy the figure? Oh my god! And then I stay up all night. I go to bed. I get ready for bed at 10. Then I'm like, okay, now I gotta order figures. And I'm hunting down figures. I go to bed at 6 a.m. That's how crazy I go. Come on.
Worked hard. 18 fucking years of busting my ass to make this work, and finally got to the point where I'm bulletproof.
He kind of... Okay. Let's talk about this for a minute. He jerked it on stream. He had all these other fucking nonsense going on, and he was still able to stream. He was able to get a bankruptcy without any, prying eyes. Nobody, really thought that hard about it, because, again, this guy's is a little guy. And I'm sure when you look at the stuff he was reporting, no one's gonna think about video game consoles as business expenses or whatever the fuck. Again, a lot of this stuff is held down by boomers who don't understand the internet. That's why he has to explain, and they're like, the internet? Whoa, YouTube? And he's like, gosh, they're blown away. It's like, yeah, I'm sure they are. These are probably the same people that get blown away when they see an AI chatbot. That's what's going on here. But, all this nonsense, right? And everyone that's not a troll has always acted as if DSP is, a special needs kid. They put on the kitty gloves for him. It's like, yeah, DSP, all he did was jerk it and suck at games. That's it. The other stuff that people have an issue with is so, it's minutia compared to what he's known for. To the point where, the fact that he'll be known as the guy that jerked it is, the best thing that could happen to him. When you really go into the weeds of what DSP has done, obviously he's not Hitler or anything like that. I mean, obviously. But there are things he has done that is kind of scammy that other people would accuse other people for doing. But he gets by because he's a literal nobody. And a lot of the success he's been getting recently is mooching off of other people's success. I mean, come on, man.
Right? None of these fuckers, nothing they say and do affects me whatsoever. They're all irrelevant. It doesn't matter what they do in their own circles of retardation and dumb mental illness and these idiots who throw the money.
Mental illness.
I'm still good. They can't hurt me. So I just cruise along successful no matter what.
Right.
Believing nonsense. Then you think that you're on some kind of a weird holy crusade against some guy who doesn't affect...
Wait, what?
Live eternally online with a group that all circle jerks each other into believing nonsense. Then you think that you're on some kind of a weird holy crusade against some guy who...
We are on a weird holy crusade against Phil. Okay, man, yeah, we're on a holy crusade. This is... Think the crusade, but the, come on.
Doesn't affect you in the least, and all you do is obsess over their success because you have none in your own real life.
It's just
So
say
now
dumb
you
shit,
are
that's all.
miserable.
That's all, dude.
Sitting around on my stream, you're so upset that I'm doing well, because your idols are gone for 2 weeks because they went on a 2-week paid vacation because
Again, we are back to talking about Kino Casino because they went on vacation. Now, listen to this. This is kind of why I wanted to do the video, by the way. We got basically a 2-hour derailment from what I wanted to do initially. So that's fun. That's fun. But hopefully this will not take another 2 hours.
because you paid them to go on it because you're fucking stupid.
But listen to
Because
this.
if you
So he is mad that they're on vacation. I don't know if he said anything else before, but because I wanted to talk about the vacation part the most. Uh, I also want to tell you to have you keep in mind that he has said in the past that the outbursts he had against soundproofing foam, the LEDs and all this was because he couldn't do it. So he was lashing out because he couldn't do it. And that's why he's like, I will never do RGBs. It's stupid. And when people do that, it's because they think you have ADD or whatever the fuck. He said a lot of dumb shit about RGBs. And look at him now. But he said that he was lashing out because he couldn't do it. And he was in a position to do it. So you think that and then realize, wait a minute. He isn't going on vacation right now. So of course he's gonna lash out at Kino Casino and anyone else that goes on vacation because he can't do it. Just like how he gets mad and butthurt when people do an early retirement because he can't get an early retirement. So of course he's gonna crash out, and then when he's gonna do his vacation, he's like, "Yeah, man, I was very upset when I was because I couldn't go on vacation. So when I see other people go on vacation, I get jealous. I'm human." And all this other shit. When it's like, normally, people may, I don't know, like, at some point when you grow up, you kind of start to understand and realize moments where you may feel a little jealous and understand that maybe you should not act on those impulses. But for some reason, DSP just never learned that and has always acted on his own impulses and then like eats it when he's completely humiliated by these same impulses and will never learn to not act on those impulses because he's a fucking idiot. Like, I kind of realized this around the time I was about to do this video, by the way, because I wanted to do this video before because of later on, but literally he has told us that he has crashed out on other people for doing things simply because he couldn't do it. So, how are you supposed to take this rant about Kino Casino going on vacation and again notice that he is making it negative? It's the same shit he did with Wings. Oh my god, of course Wings is gonna end the stream. You gave him money. And it's kind of a self-report because DSP has literally lingered on stream when he didn't make enough money. And then when he makes enough money, he ends the stream fast as fuck. Quick as fuck. Unless there's a reason not to. But he always ends on time on the dot when he makes the money he wants to make. But if he isn't, he will linger as much as he can. So it's really a self-report and telling on yourself when the way he talks about other people. Like, literally, he's like, you gave Kino Casino money and they went on vacation. Okay. But guess what he tells you when he's like, Phil, are you gonna go on vacation? He's like, I can't make money if I go on vacation. So if I do vacation, I need to make the money about all this stuff. He talks about the money all the time. And then he's like, isn't it bad? They get money and then they go on vacation. They worked for the money to then go on vacation, dumbass. Hello?
Because if you made them work, they wouldn't be on vacation, you stupid fox. But that's what you don't understand because you're so dumb.
Like, I gotta hear this again.
Because you paid them to go on it because you're here you are miserable. Sitting around on my stream, you're so upset that I'm doing well because your idols are gone for 2 weeks because they went on a 2-week paid vacation because you paid them to go on it because you're fucking stupid. Because if you made them work...
This dude is so stupid. First off, he was getting trolled with or without them anyway. I mean, dude, DSP's a lolcow. Of course he's gonna get trolled. Like, it's kind of funny. He's almost having less logic than Chris-chan. I mean, Chris-chan. Chris-chan is Chris-chan. I mean, people were able to tell Chris-chan to shove a Sonic Shoe medallion up his ass. like DSP's almost making Christian sound more rational because this is dumbass logic. I mean, when I say that, I'm mostly talking about how like Christian talk to trolls and this and that. I mean, Christian's Christian. A very very complex history, a very
Burp.
complex
They wouldn't be on
lolcow.
vacation, you stupid fox.
Stupid fucks.
But that's what you don't understand because you're so dumb. I look at my kick chat right now, and 90% of these people are brain dead stupid. It's the casino fans are so dumb.
And then he's like shitting on the casino fans. And again, it's only directed towards the kick chat. It is so funny to me that the kick chat is literally the chat that he just completely treats like shit all the time. No matter what. Like, to a degree, DSP's right in the sense that they are just trolling him and they say a lot of nonsense. So, like, of course, why would he respond to that? But he then goes out his way to say that there are people in the kick chat that don't say dumb shit, but he will never talk to these people. I can't remember the last time he talked to a kick chatter like they're a person. He does that to YouTube. You see him talk to kick chat, he is literally like talking to them like they're fucking children all the time. And then he's like, "Yeah, I talk to you like that because you're trolling me." Why don't you talk to the ones that kick chat that aren't like that then? But then, why don't you, I don't know, respond to them however, I don't know? Why don't you act like a person with them? Instead, it's just, eat shit, give me money. And that's what they do. The ones that do, they do it gladly. They eat the shit with a smile. Like, that's what's, so funny about the cake chat, specifically the ones that give him money to troll. They will gladly eat the shit with a smile on their face. And everyone else that, spams I kind of enjoy seeing, when he bans someone and then the entire kick chat, literally revolts. And then DSP has to, fucking succumb to the pressure. It's so funny when we get these kind of crash outs. That to me is, the value of kick chat. But these people, fucking 220, Dr. Lexus, Stepdent, whatever. These people are complete, they have succumbed to the pignosis. And they are just a wallet for Phil to drain and milk and milk and milk. And this guy is, mocking him for watching Kino Casino. But I thought you didn't care who they watch, Phil. I love that he's like, "I don't care what you watch. Just, enjoy me." And he always says this, too. He's like, "I know that they... And then he says, "I know they don't like me." And it's all just a virtue signal. It really is all Kick Chat's there to do is to be a prop, a tool for Phil. Yeah, you see, I have thick skin. That's why I let Kick Chat go wild. You let it go wild because you can make money. And then I do think, I say this all the time, I think if he starts banning a lot of people on Kick Chat that troll him, I think he thinks that if that happens, Kino Casino is gonna go harder on him. It's kind of like living in fear of a dude that may or may not even go after. When it's very clear, I don't think Kino Casino is gonna give a fuck. These things can literally ban everyone in Kick Chat. I don't think PPP and Andy are gonna be like, "Okay, guys, let's fucking kill him." I think they're just gonna be like, "Wow, he's banning people," and that's it. It's gonna be the same old shit. Anyways. So he really is going through the effort of keeping these people around just because he's afraid that they're gonna go to his house and I don't know, do whatever. I don't know what he's afraid of with them in this. The only way that I would see them do something to Phil if Phil did something to them directly, which he's not gonna do. Why would he do it? He wouldn't do that. But he is so. But the thing is, he is so dumb that he thinks if he bans a lot of people on Kick, Kino Casino is gonna go harder on him, which I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen. Come on.
I've said it for a fucking straight year. When you line their pockets with money, they will take advantage of you constantly. That's exactly what they do.
You can literally say the same thing about DSP. Think about it. It started with a vest streak. You start giving $100 for to wear a vest. he'll start seeing that as you saying it's okay to to monetize the vest and to like do all these like pressuring mechanics. They have enabled a lot of nasty behavior on Phil's part, to be honest. Like the card packs really should have been a thing he did for free. I'm just gonna say that. But instead, he wanted to be $100. He then got bullied into doing it for 50 because not even the dentiest of dents were willing to pay that. Like that's why it's $50. And then he found ways to scam that to then weasel it around so he can make $100. Because then he would get $50. Okay, guys, let's get another 50. Let's get another pack opening. All this stuff, and they keep like doing it. And then my favorite part though was, well, not every stream can be a success. I mean, it's looking for one stream to be slow. One stream is slow, and if it's not a game he likes, like Dragon Quest, this dude will kill the game off immediately. Immediately. Unless it gets whaled out. Like, think Truck Sim. He kept that game like around just because it was making money.
Nothing they say or do has any weight or meaning or merit. None of it means anything. It's all fluff for dumb people, and then you give them money for it. So
That's exactly DSP to a T. A lot of his content is fluff and nothing and nonsense. He doesn't stand for anything. He doesn't stand for anything. He fell over immediately to do drama content when streams went slow enough. Like during January, he did that fucking Fallout nuclear stream or whatever, and it was just him calling LTG a narcissist and Wings a pathetic slob. Like I think it's very funny that he kind of like stole the entire gimmick from Ethan H3 he for of doing content nuke content. Oh my god, that sounds silly. Content nuke content. The content nuke shit. He stole that and made it his own by saying, "I'm going nuclear," and then it was just, LTG is such a narcissist, and then he called Wings a slob, and then he did it again for April Fools, and he did the same bit. LTG's a narcissist and Wings is a slob. That was the stream the entire time. And then he did the June the King react and all this stuff. But the fucking difference is it's not every day. But the thing is, if you're gonna be on a nice little perch and clench your little tits and be like, oh, I have standards, then you shouldn't be like doing drama at a drop of a hat. You know what I'm saying? And I know this dude is gonna do another collab this year. Like it may not be in August or October, but I'm just gonna reduce it even more. That he will do a collab once a year. It may not be a meaningful collab like Kino Casino, but it's gonna be a collab. Like it's gonna be something that he can grift and milk. Like he's gonna invent some bullshit drama or whatever, do a thing with that person, and that person, if he's not gonna like do what Side Scrollers did or Rich did, and they're gonna just do like what Asmon did and did no research and be like, Phil, is it true that you killed a puppy? And he's like, no, man, I love puppies. Okay, Phil, wow, you're based. It's like that's like what's gonna end up happening. Then everyone's gonna be like, for one day, give him a lot of money for being based, and then they're gonna run away and leave, and then he's gonna like use that one stream to be like, guys, I learned my lesson. Now I'm amazing, and he's gonna disguise another thing and then beg with that new thing he learned. Like how we learned never to say gold. That was what we hated. Was him saying the word goal. Now it's way better where he doesn't say the word goal anymore. Now it's card pack. Let's get card pack. Pack rips. Packs to open. That's what we care about now.
So now they're not here for 2 weeks. Now you're upset. You're bored. That's your fault. How do you not understand that?
Again, there's like other drama content people out there, and again, like he thinks that these people who watch the drama content are like so animalistic or stupid or childish that they're like, I'm angry, I'm gonna go to Phil and be mad or whatever the fuck. Like that's how he views these people when it's just in reality they were just gonna troll him anyway. Like he is trying so hard to say that Rawfield being taken down isn't like what they're mad about. They're mad because Kino Casino's on vacation, which Kino Casino's been on multiple vacations. He is so desperate trying to make it all about him. He's making their vacation about him because he can't go on vacation. And he's so mad that these people made enough money to go on vacation. But Phil, that's how everyone works. They go to work and then they make enough money or whatever, and they can afford to go on vacation. They go on vacation. DSP literally went on vacation. And guess what? Actually, he did this very thing. He got 1 million views on Homefront the Revolution review, whatever the fuck. Then the following week, guess what he did? He went on vacation immediately. And so he's saying this as a, guess what, another self-report. And guess what he's doing now? He has been flirting the idea of going on vacation, but saying, I can't go on vacation because of Jasper. We got a needy cat. And I'm like, I love that he said that. He says, yeah, we decided to get a needy cat. You chose to get a needy cat. So that implies you had the opportunity to buy a cat that's like normal, I guess. But you're like, no, we want the neediest cat here. So that he can fucking virtue signal. Which is like, it's kind of weird that he kind of like got Jasper, and then all he has ever done with Jasper is virtue signal about a cat. Yeah, my cat, he's declawed. It's almost like a brag. Like he's bragging his cat got declawed. Everyone's like, this is a terrible thing, barbaric, and it should be banned. And he's like, yeah, my cat's declawed. It's like, it really is like, he gets so hyped because it's a conversation starter. And it's like, dude, like, okay, wow, you got a cat that nobody else wanted. Wow, that's so cool. That's like me bragging about that I know someone that took in a cat that's blind. Yeah, I know someone that took in a cat that's blind. Yeah, she is working really hard to take care of him. It's like, yeah, that's cool that she's taking care of these cats, and she also volunteered to like take care of cats as well. Like it's like a you know, a humanitarian thing for cats or whatever. She's doing that. But like, I'm not gonna sit there and start bragging about that because it's like, this person that's cool. There you go. But this person's like, yeah, my cat's declawed, and this cat will be traumatized if he sees another person. But it's also the life of the party. Like, I know technically, like, some cats may not warm up to others or to strangers, but like, that's just how it is. Like, Yuxi and Tiago. Well, Yuxi is a little different. Yuxi is a super social cat. Tiago was like, he's also kind of loving, but he wasn't as loving as he was when, over time, when I started hanging out, when I started treating, like, babysitting them more and more. Because that's how cats are. Eventually, the cat's gonna warm up to the fucking babysitter. But if you're just gonna keep like changing the babysitter like every single time, yeah, they're gonna probably not like care, and they're gonna be like, this guy's, I know who the fuck this is. But they're not gonna stop eating. If they're not eating, there's probably something more serious going on. If the cat is willing to ignore a basic need to eat, something's going on. Like, either the babysitter's doing something fucked up and they shouldn't be doing with the cat, or you're doing something that leads the cat to being fucked up around other people. I don't know. But I've never seen someone brag so much about their cat being needy as much as Phil.
When you reward me with contributions, what do? I improve everything. I get more things that you want me to do on stream, different kinds of cards, different kinds of... Just this moment, people are like, will you get pal...
But a lot of times, he like strong arms them into supporting things that he wants them to support. Like, people people, I don't know how to describe it. But he does strong arm them. Like, people wanted One Piece for a while, and he was like, no, it's a lot of money. And it's like, but you're bragging about making a lot of money. And then, when he actually got corrected, he's now, like, he's like, yeah, One Piece. Yeah, I guess I could do One Piece. Like, it really is very clear. He was so he was relieved that One Piece was expensive and not very valuable. But then when he got debunked, he's like, oh, dude, I've never heard him talk about the TMNT card packs like at all ever. I may have heard him talk about Final Fantasy on and off, but that's whatever. But the second he realized One Piece was not bullshit that he thought it was, magically TMNT is now part of the fray of cards he'll open. So of course he's not gonna open it. So he has to like now convince his audience that they don't want One Piece. And they love TMNT. Like now he has to convince them. Like that's what he's doing. He's done this with so many things.
Pal World cards? Yeah, you know what? I probably will because you're asking for it, right? I'll do that for you.
Oh, that
I
was the other
immediately
card
reinvest
pack.
and give you what you want. What do? They do? They go on fucking vacation again and again and again, and you still give them money because.
But you, what if they still upgrade their stream like equipment or whatever, and they go on vacation? Like he acts as if that's all that happens. Like you realize that they stream other parts of the year. Like he's acting as if these people like stream once a year, and then like that, and that's whatever. But then this guy has been has been fantasizing about going on vacation, and then says, "I can't go on vacation. Jasper's holding me back. We gotta wait for him to die." Like I've never heard anyone say, "I have to wait for my cat to die to go on vacation," ever in my life. Usually, people just get a babysitter and deal with it. Like, dude, it's not that traumatizing unless you're having an animal abuser babysit your cat. Like, if you're getting an animal abuser to babysit your cat, then what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, do you just ask them, yeah, how do you feel about cats? I fucking hate cats. I want to throw them around. Oh, perfect. Come on in. Babysit Jasper. Like, what the fuck are you doing to your cat that the cat would be traumatized? Like, that's insane. That's insane. God damn. God damn.
Because you're that stupid. You can't make it up how dumb you people are who support that kind of crap. And it's not just them, because there's tons of creators just like them who milk you.
Oh
and
my
you
God.
are so gullible,
And again,
right?
we are now saying these other people are the again, we cannot prop ourselves up. Like, dude, he started this off by shitting on trolls, nameless trolls. And then he segued that into shitting on other content creators. No, he went from that to then shit on Kino Casino to then shitting on other nameless content creators. This is a guy that's positive. Like, I love that there was another like that one podcast I kind of like quit out of was him hyping up a gamer news story about like Microsoft and this that, and yet he still found a way to be negative. Like, this dude cannot be positive at all. They will tell you, I'm very positive. I'm very fucking positive. It really is the meme. I like the meme of like, yeah, this is a family fucking vehicle. It's like, okay, man. Like the joke of like, you're trying to say you're family friendly, and then you say a curse word. Like the joke writes itself. And that's DSP in a nutshell. I'm very fucking positive. Everyone else fucking sucks. Like, yeah, that's how positive people talk about other people. Like, why are we shitting on other people for going on vacation? Like, by nature, Kino Casino has been streaming, they've been making money, they go on vacation. And he's like acting as if like there was some massive scam. What was the scam? These people supported a streamer that they liked, and they go on vacation. And then he's like, well, other people do that. Damn, should I be fucking butthurt that when Mega 64 goes on vacation in like December? Should I be fucking mad? No. I don't care. They put out videos at their own pace. They do a lot of shit. It is what it is. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh my god, these people are scammers. They go on vacation. But of course he has to be negative because guess what? This guy has said in the past he crashes out like this because he can't do the thing he's crashing out about. So he is shitting on other people for going on vacation simply because he can't go on one. And he'll deny this, but he has crashed out on people who had RGBs. And then when he got RGBs and a PC and all this other shit, he's like, well, I only shat on this because I couldn't do it. Same with the green screen. He shat on green screen shit all the time. And then he said, well, yeah, I only said that because I couldn't do it, but now I can. So, of course, knowing that this is all just because he couldn't fucking go on, he can't go on vacation, so he has to crush on other people go on vacation. It's just jealousy. He's so jealous of so many people, and then he calls other people jealous. He calls other people jealous, but the thing is, I'm not bitching about things that I'm not doing or whatever the fuck, because I don't give a fuck that this dude is making a lot of money. I just think it's very funny how he's making his money and the people giving him the money. Like, maybe I am jealous that other people have to work hard to make their money. Meanwhile, this guy can literally just like get dedicated dents that form addictions to giving him money. Like, imagine someone addicted to giving you money. Like, you're going about your day, and some dude comes up to you and says, I need to give you money, man. I need to give you $50. Take my money. Like, imagine. I mean, that would be creepy. Like, that would scare you a little bit. You'd probably be like, oh god, get away from me. But Phil, he welcomes that with open arms. He will give you a hug and kiss you. Yeah. But the moment you start getting sentient like 1 minute, man, get the fuck out.
Here, you want me to make tutorials on live? Here's your biggest tutorial. Stop fucking watching toxic people.
Oh my god. I think I skipped ahead. I think this is a response to someone saying, can you give trolls dating advice so they don't troll? And his advice is to just stop being trolls. Gotta hear this again.
Who milk you, and you are so gullible, right? Here, you want me to make tutorials on live? Here's your biggest tutorial. Stop fucking watching toxic people. They don't care about you. All they care about is your wallet and the money you give them.
And again, this is all because he's on the receiving end. When it's about anyone else, he doesn't give a fuck. He didn't, like, dude, does he give a fuck about what's going on with LTG? Fuck no. Like, he was like, well, supposedly this happened. Like, that's the most generous he's been. But with Rich, who gives a fuck? Fuck him. All this other stuff. When other people shit on other people, I don't care. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is, man. Okay.
Give them. And the more you give them, the more they will exploit you. The more they will milk you, and then they'll be successful.
But how are they, like, how is Kino Casino exploiting them? Because they're doing content that's like, this guy sucks, he's stupid, oh my god, it's just something stupid. And then they get the dinner bell, as DSP calls it. And then they ring the bell, and then, like, people laugh. What's the exploitation? He's acting as if, like, they're like, yeah, guys, give us money, and we're gonna, like, do something very crazy. Or whatever the fuck. Like, what's the scam? Like, if anything, DSP has more scams going on than them. Like, the most you could say is that, like, they do very sensational content, and a lot of it is, like, may not be, it might be biased, that's what I was trying to think of. Might be biased or skewed, or may not be, fair towards some of the people that they talk about, whatever. But if you're in that line of thought, you're probably not, like, supporting, like, these kind of streamers. Like, there are people who will look at a detractor stream or a video and be like, I don't think Phil is that bad of a guy. I think a lot of this is overblown. And then they move on. But he harps so much on, like, the people who are, like, dramatic about stuff, or that they 100% believe a lot of stuff, and that like, that's whatever. But then at some point, why care? Why do you care? But he really wants these people to just get an epiphany. He would love it if someone, like, that's why he, like, celebrates when he gets that's why he falls for these stupid cheers, these kicks or whatever, when someone says, I used to watch the trolls, and then I watched your content, and I found out I love you, Phil. You're amazing. And these people will always read that and get a hard on. He will love them for life. Because he gets so excited at the prospect of he could turn someone from a troll to a fan. So this is a wet dream. If he could get the Kino Casino audience to then stop watching them and to watch him instead, or even better yet, be positive people in society, he would get such a hard on because this guy has a savior complex. Like it's really bad for Wings. Like this dude is really down bad to help Wings. Like I feel to a degree, Wings go on this like retirement or whatever. I think DSP low key thinks it's because of him. I feel deep down in his little piggy brain, he's like, I helped Wings. Wings is now taking my advice. He's going offline and he's gonna be a better person. He listened to me. And that's what DSP wants. He loves getting off on being a savior to people. That's why he surrounds himself with Jasper. He gets to help Jasper. He gets to help Cat and defend her from the trolls. He probably gets off on. That's probably why he like reinforced the trolls to Cat when he first introduced her. He like that whole video. He spent the time hammering down to Cat. Cat, my trolls are making fun of you, and they're calling you a horse. And she's like, yeah, I don't care. He's like, yeah, honey, I love you, and all this other shit because he gets off on it. He gets off on being a savior. That's why he loves telling his audience, I'm here when you're down. All this other bullshit.
In spite of your stupidity, right? In fact, they depend on it for you to keep lining their pockets so they can go on vacations and not provide you content. Why are you so stupid?
But they're gonna come back from vacation. Again, he's acting as if these people are never gonna come back from vacation. And like it does, and he's also saying that they shouldn't give them money, right? Because guess what's gonna happen if you don't give someone money? Because this is a business, correct? They're going to, I don't know, not make content anymore. So again, this is a win-win. They gotta go on vacation, and these we can use it as a negative to say, see, they're scamming you. They're going on vacation. And then if they don't pay them because they don't want them to go on vacation, they'll eventually bleed money, and then they're gonna have to stop doing streams and get real jobs, dude, and not do this anymore. And that means people will not go into his chat and say he has a diaper. But he might as well be wearing a diaper with how he acts.
Do you see the difference? You support me, I actually give you what you want. You support them, they go away.
But people gave him money for games before, and then he dropped it. Like, I want to say Crimson Desert is an example, or like Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I'm not even sure on that. I don't want to like plant my flag on that. But like he has dropped stuff anyway, or then he would carrot dangle. Gee, I mean, if I get this one, like fucking Project 7, what happened to that, buddy? Well, it was a trailer. Okay, but they still gave you money and you gave them nothing. And then you told them that they'd like it and they didn't care. Except for KJ, he was the only person on the planet that cared. Right. Right. And notice he never asked anyone if they would want a refund. Because he doesn't trust his audience. He thinks if they asked if they wanted a refund, they would all say yes. They would all say yes and we'd lose money. So he was like, if they think there's no refund, I shouldn't tell them. I shouldn't tell them they should ask. The only person that got a refund was KG because he was like a diehard defender of Phil. Like, it's so insane. And this guy has treated his audience just the same way. He scammed them from push-ups and then acted really dumb when people are like, why don't you like angle the camera down? He's like, I can't do that. Like, it's such nonsense. Like, if you wanted to go through the extra effort, you could probably find a lot of examples where he did the same shit. I mean, the fucking snake shit is the same thing. He did that for 6 months and ran away with the money.
It's not rocket science, but you're that dumb. Like, holy shit. Anyway, Bilbo Swaggins.
Again, I love that he like he makes it so toxic. He's making vacations negative. He wants to make vacations negative.
It's for 500 kicks. He says, previously you said you deleted all your mobile games. Can you prove that by showing your phone screen? No, because I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not showing you anything in my personal life. You don't have any ownership of it, nor do you have a right to see it. At all. You're lucky I even do this to show you I have a phone.
Again, he's not banning Bilbo because Bilbo has shown DSP he's a loyal cattle. He's a loyal cow to be milked. and DSP is willing to keep him coming. He can give him kicks as much as he wants until he's done with him. He is done giving DSP money when DSP says he's done. So yeah, so Bilbo is on the line forever until DSP's done with him. So that's kind of the what did he call it? Exploitation cycle. DSP has put Bilbo on the exploitation circle in his content. He's exploiting Bilbo because he knows Bilbo's gonna send him annoying ass, dumbass questions, and he'll always give him money regardless. DSP can literally tell Bilbo to like drink bleach, and Bilbo will still give him money because they can. They will gladly eat it for Phil because they give him money, and he talks to them like this, and they'll keep doing it because they're dedicated. They're dedicated cattle for Phil.
You know, I don't have to show you shit. But thanks for 500 kicks.
Because I think a lot of these people operate under like, well, I don't like Phil,
Actually,
but I don't
only
want him to
kicks of the
go
day. So thank you for
anywhere
that.
anywhere else, and I don't mind giving him money or whatever the fuck, which is fine. But I mean, at some point, you're gonna have to like
Yeah, Cracker Jacks, the kick
grow
stuff
a
has been bad
backbone.
recently.
But I'm glad
It
that
has.
they're cattle
Like,
for
the kick
Phil.
stuff has been absolutely
Okay.
of the W's I've been getting. The fact that we unfroze YouTube.
I love you brags about the chat freeze, but I remember him saying like that they found a way to solve it by having people chat more. But then he kept making the subscriber only thing longer and longer, so that whole prospect of people chatting more is like would never happen. And then like just naturally YouTube was gonna fix it because clearly it's a bug. And clearly I think YouTube was gonna fix it anyway. And DSP has said, oh, this has affected other streamers. But of course, DSP has to make it about himself because he's that guy.
And being told not to do it on Kick. They can't stand that. Like, whenever
Wait, what?
last and screw with me, and it didn't. And then the biggest restreamer of my content illegally restreaming me, getting banned from YouTube, and being told not to do it on Kick. They can't stand that. Like, whenever I get a win, they can't stand it. So then they erupt in anger, and now
This dude, man, like, he has been trolled every which way. He just wants, again, he's an opportunistic little piggy. He'll just use whatever to describe what's going on to either make him seem cool and based, or will make him seem like a victim. Whatever he wants you to feel, that's how he's going to use the trolls. Because this dude is just not a real person. Yeah, people are erupted in anger. I mean, at this point, it's like, okay, if that's the case, then people should just keep escalating then, I guess. And, like, he's gloating, and then he's like, oh my god, guys, why are they doing this to me? I did nothing wrong. I just want to sit here and play games. And then, like, that gets resolved. Yeah, I fucking own them, and now they're seething and shitting their pants. Okay, man, cool. Very cool.
now Kino Casino's on vacation, so they have nothing else to watch. So they're just sitting there in chat spamming nonsense constantly and being very upset. They're very
Again, DSP has crashed out on Kick Chat multiple times when they were on vacation, off vacation, whatever. Again, this is all just because it's in the moment that makes sense, and they can highlight the whole aspect or idea that vacations are scams. And people who do vacations are evil people, except for Phil when whenever he does one. Whenever he goes on vacation, it's gonna be based and cool and ethical and righteous and cool and amazing and worth it and worthwhile and meaningful. But if anyone else does it, they're scammers and they milked their audience and they're evil and stupid. Unless they work a normal job, then it's okay. Then that's okay. But if you're a content creator and you do a vacation, you're doing it wrong and evil and stupid. And you're milking your audience. Unless when Phil does it, then it's based and cool.
very disturbed individuals. They, like I said, they really do need help, but they probably don't have anyone in their lives that care about.
Again, like, why do you have the Kick Chat like that then? He said it was a choice to have it be the troll chat. And now he's like saying like, yeah, they're all mentally ill and stupid and they need help and they have no family. And all this other shit. And then he's like, why is Kick Chat so mean to me? Like, if you want them to be a troll chat that trolls ethically or whatever, right? Then maybe, like, roll with a lot of it and then like talk to them like they're people instead of like objects. Like I wouldn't say he treats them like objects, but it's like he might as well treat them like objects. It's kind of the same thing because like he does not see them in the same way as YouTube chat. YouTube chat has trolled him in the past, and he rolled with that more than the kick chat. And the kick chat, he never responds to them in any way that's like interesting. It's always condescending or patronizing or like, well, you're an idiot. And then it was like, well, there's some people in kick chat that just want to chat. Why don't you talk to those people? I don't think they exist. Like, he keeps talking about these phantom people, but I refuse to acknowledge their existence because these we never responds to them. Again, any people could say, Phil, I think Street Fighter 6 is pretty good. Yeah, wow, Street Fighter, this guy is an idiot. Or whatever the fuck. He'll like fucking mock you for whatever and say you're a troll. Or just outright ignore you. And then be like, yeah, this chat is bullshit. Because he wants them all be a monolith like YouTube chat and glaze him. And then the trolling he wants them to do is, Phil, why am I toxic? And Phil, nothing I can do? Like that kind of bullshit. Like baby glove trolling. He doesn't want people to like say, Phil, you wear a diaper. Like I like he could just say like, it's not a diaper, it's a gamer underwear. Or whatever the fuck. But again, that would be kind of embarrassing because that would be kind of admitting he wears a diaper. Or he could just ignore it like a normal person. Like, whatever, man. Like it's weird, but again, the pants are weird. Like, look at the pants. Like, the one that stays out to me is literally the one that looks like he has a box in his ass. Like, that is the weirdest one. Because I've never seen a box form perfectly like that. It's so weird. It's such a weird thing. Unless he's wearing, like, literal, like, super long underwear that just bunches up. But again, he does act weird about boxers and briefs. So this dude, like, says briefs as, like, tighty whities. It's so cringe. It's worse than yummy. Like, I hate it. Every time we talk about tighty whities, I want to, like, fucking punch him. It's irrational. Because I've never seen a grown-ass man say that. Come on.
Care about them to tell them that they need intervention and stop being always online losers. They just don't get it. That's the sad fact. These people need help. Why do we have so many people on Earth who have no friends and family who tell them what you're doing is very unhealthy? Your behavior.
How do you know they have no friends or family? And secondly, like, okay, what about you, Philip? You were trolling in the Street Fighters when you were in Connecticut in the same state as your fucking parents. What about that, Mr. I talk to my parents every week? Whatever.
Behavior is actually quite sickening and disturbing, and you need to get a life.
And again, I like that he always says, I used to be one of you. I used to be a troll and this and that. And then he talks to them like this. Like, you'd think if you know that people are, like, down, like, depressed or whatever, the last thing you kind of want to do is kind of, like, put salt on the wound or push them further down. Like, you could just say, like, you know, I think people just watch Kino Casino because they just want to get, like, you know, very basic enjoyment out of, like, drama content. But, you know, they should just try to just watch content that makes them, like, happy. You know, everyone is, like, trying, you know, life sucks, whatever. Like, but again, he thinks that being, like, it's kind of a pitfall because he does kind of view, and I see this in a lot of other people too, where it's like they think that people who are overly positive are just innately lying or disingenuous when they're trying to be positive. And I get it. Like, there are people who are disingenuous with their positivity, but at some point, the answer isn't to be negative or, oh, I'm gonna just be negative so that people don't think I'm being fake by being positive. If people think you're fake, they think you're fake. But at the same time, like, people should not base their perspective on life on that alone. Like, if they don't, like, come on, right? Like, come on, dog.
No one tells them this.
But
one intervenes.
No, instead it's just he has to act as if these people are like psychotic and they're gonna like do something heinous. when all that's going on is I think Phil wears a diaper. Like this dude's gonna act as if someone's gonna do something, then in the manifesto is gonna say Phil wears a diaper. Like imagine that reality if that happened. That would be crazy. Come on.
They just let them continue on with this weird existence of just online hate all the time, 24/7. Like, what is wrong with you?
But you know what? In the past, people would ask DSP like, what did you do to get out of depression or whatever the fuck?" And it was always, just wait. Eventually, life will get good. Like it's a movie or a game, and it's like, no, no, life just doesn't get good. You have to like do stuff. But he never said how. And every time he has talked about depression, it's always in relation to I'm not making enough money. I'm just a downer or whatever the fuck. Like it's not depression because the every time he has talked about depression, it's always attached to some bullshit. Like the easy one that I love bringing up is the state of dedication because that to me was like it's insulting almost. Like come on. Oh, that was my depression. I knew it was self-destruct. It's like, yes, yeah, people who are depressed, they make a lot of mean tweets. Yeah, that's the same as doing actual harmful shit. Is saying, oh my god, people got in a game early and they're shills. It's the same thing. Get the fuck out of here. And then after that, he was like, oh, well, I said that everyone was so butthurt that I spoke the truth. So then it wasn't your depression. You're just then he's like, yeah, I was just mad that thing didn't go the way I went. He keeps conflating depression with things that he's just down about. And it's like, it's such bullshit. And then this guy has the gall to sit there like, yeah, these people are trolls, they're all depressed, and they have no life and all this other shit. Because he doesn't give a fuck about anybody. He's only saying this so that people can be like, oh my god, yeah, I'm miserable. I need to stop doing this. Like he wants that fucking epiphany moment. He wants to give these people epiphanies, like these emotional epiphanies. But it's not gonna happen. Come on. I think you're about to wind down.
No, it's all good because Cracker Jacks is apologizing now. He's like, I didn't realize how bad it was over there.
Oh my god! And it was from Cucker Jacks. Oh my god, dude! Like all these Jackses in this fucking community are all fucking cucks.
The kick stuff, it's been out of control. It's been like almost 2 weeks now where the kick chat's just nonstop toxic spam. And it's to the point where, well, first of all, one of the moderators became one of them.
Again, spamming is a bannable offense. Why doesn't he ban them? But then when he gets to the point, he talks to them like they're children. All right, guys, are you gonna keep spamming? Are you gonna keep spamming? I'll send you away. I'll be able to do it. And it's like, dude, just ban them. And then when he bans them, he gets like fucking like, oh my god, guys, they were being mean. It's like I've never seen a streamer ban someone and then be like, oh my god, guys, I'm the victim here. Like he makes it such a big deal to ban people because this guy gets off on the power trip. And then when people like troll him by saying, oh my god, I can't believe you banned this guy. It's like, what do you want your audience then, dude? What do you want in your kick audience? Like, as I said, like, on the surface level, this whole idea, this concept of having a chat that's rowdy and trolling is like the dumbest idea because at some point it devalues or it demeans or whatever the fuck the concept of moderating a chat. And then you can't complain when, oh, I want a meaningful chat, people just want to talk. Then why do you allow the chat to be trolling? It just seems like he just wants a hands-off approach and hope for the best and doesn't want people to start drama by him banning people, which is why he caves when he bans someone and then the chat revolts. He caves all the time because he's afraid it's going to go to Kino Casino, then they're going to say, wow, Phil bans people. Because this guy, ever since people said he has a Nazi chat, he has been so sensitive about that. And it's like, my guy, you ban anybody, they're gonna bitch about it. Like at some point, you're gonna have to value your own enjoyment of the thing you run your streams on and all this stuff. At some point, you're just gonna have to eat it and be a big boy and say, you know what? I'm just gonna ban them. And if they don't like it, they can make a Sog account. You don't have to sit there and rip your hair out and be scared that they're gonna say you're a hard ass on banning. Like, whatever, man. It's not the end of the world for anybody.
And I got rid of him. The other moderator unbanned him, so I got rid of him because obviously he's part of it too. And then it's like there's no moderators in there. So it just goes nonstop like this, like flying.
He gave Wings such shit for having mods that were trolls. And he based this solely on Redface Gaming, whatever the fuck, banning DSP because DSP was being a bitch in Wings' chat or whatever, and was an enabler, and Wings has trolls as mods, and all this other bullshit. Meanwhile, he's just said he modded trolls, and people were trolling him as mods. And he has no self-awareness here. Awesome.
Toxic insults. And like, what a bunch of losers.
Take that,
you know?
Jordy.
Plus, I get paid for it, which is hilarious that I get paid for them to be stupid.
Plus, I get paid. So then why are you bitching? He's bitching, then he's like, I get paid for it. But again, he will then when King says, are we paying you by us being there? It's an ad-based thing, and I don't make a lot of money, so it's not a lot of support, okay? And now he's like, I make money out of them being there. Yeah. And I'm telling you, he likes it. That's why he wants the trolls to go there. That's why he directs them to go there, because he'll take their quarters gladly. He'll never leave Kick. The only way he will leave Kick is if they get rid of the check mark. He's out of these monetizable programs. That's when he'll leave. Not when he has them. Because if there's a way to milk pennies, he'll milk those pennies. That's why he still has his Patreon open. It doesn't matter. It could be one dude giving him $1 a month. He will keep that Patreon open for that person in hopes that other people will still support him on Patreon. And he will make no effort to make Patreon worthwhile to them. No effort. Zero effort. Come in.
You know? Oh, let's see here. By the way, shout out to Nathan Smith, 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Nathan.
Okay.
It says to 41 of support. So this.
Right.
Thank you guys for that.
Thank you guys.
Because you never go on vacation.
Oh boy.
So
now this was the other part I wanted to catch. After the whole thing about calling the Kino Casino scammers for going on vacation, get a load of this. Get a load of this.
Battle Duck asked a legitimate question. He says, what would it take for you to go on vacation? Because you never go on vacation, right? What would it take for us, like, even if we were to pay you?
But Phil, I thought that's exploitative. If you ask people to pay you to go on vacation, shouldn't you shoot this down? Even if you pay, I would never accept that, and you guys should not do that.
He just said that. He says if we were to all get together and pay you.
But isn't that what they're technically doing by supporting you? And again, he keeps talking about getting support, and this turns into like, improving the business, and he listed like changing the size of his webcam, which is stuff he could do for free. It takes no money amount to do that. But when it comes to like maybe painting the wall green so you could have a proper green screen, he can't do that. No, that's stupid. Oh my god, there's other stuff you could think of. Like, if you want to include the Steam machine, like, he could buy a Steam machine. He has the money to do it. Like, come on.
To go on a vacation, right?
Yeah.
What would it take? Here's the answer. It's not money. That's the thing. It's not money. It's a lifestyle situation. So, very quickly, I'll tell a summarized,
It's a lifestyle situation. So what if, I don't know, you say that Kino Casino has a lifestyle situation that allows them that they can go on vacation. They have a supportive audience that supports them for their content or whatever, so they got the money. and they have the luxury to going on vacation because they made enough money to do it, and they don't have any like responsibilities that ties them where they are or whatever. Like, this dude is literally so dented that he went out of his way to paint streamers going on vacation as a negative, and oh, these people are only going on vacation because they got money to do that. My guy, you're getting paid every day, and you're not improving your streams every day. You're hiring like this dude was can't even hire an editor. He can hire this dude has to resort to AI thumbnails. You can't give money to a person to make actual thumbnails? You have to use AI? You have to use Grok. You have to give Elon money to make AI to make AI. Oh my god, to make thumbnails when you could pay someone that has a pulse to make you thumbnails that may even look better. No, no, no. Why do that? Why pay for that? Every subscription like program that he can use to make money on doesn't want to do it. It's nonsense.
Series of events here. All right? I've been with my wife, Kat, since 2017. Well, she moved in with me in 2018. Okay? When we got together, I was in a really bad financial situation. All right? To the point where it didn't look like I was ever going to get out of it. It looked like, man, for the rest of my life, I may be in the doldrums here. I may be stuck, broke, because I made horrible decisions. Okay? Admittedly. And at that point, we were like, well, obviously, we were in love, and we wanted to get married and stuff, and we had to make a bunch of tough decisions.
I'm just thinking about this as he's describing this. He keeps calling like LTG like a narcissist, like he's faking his affluence and this and that. And I'm thinking like the amount of money DSP makes, like, yeah, he's not a billionaire, and he's not like rich. Like, maybe he's middle class, maybe semi middle class, or maybe he's like, whatever. He's what he's not in a point where he's ready to go out to get a job, I'll say. But this dude acts so much like this dude can afford like 3 cars, and this guy can like do whatever. Like, meanwhile, he still has like a bathroom that's broken. He's taking his time renovating the kitchen. Like, he has still not renovated the kitchen and fixed the bathroom. Like, the dishwasher, it's unclear if that's even fixed. We don't even know if that's even fixed at this point. And this dude is like acting as if he has a functional house. Right.
Instead of having a real wedding, basically just going to my parents' house and having.
Okay, I'm gonna be. You know what? Fuck. This is for the Burnell parents, for Mama and Papa Burnell. Listen to how he describes the wedding. Does this thing. You're sadly you're his parents, right? And you're like, he comes over and you have this nice intimate thing, right? Listen to this.
We were like, well, obviously, we were in love, and we wanted to get married and stuff, and we had to make a bunch of tough decisions. Like, instead of having.
We wanted to get married. I remember DSP saying that we can't get married. It's a lot of money, and I don't want to burden Kat with financial burdens or whatever the fuck. He says a lot, especially with Leanna. Very funny that this is a huge concern with Leanna, but with Kat, who cares? She can eat it.
Having a real wedding, basically just going to my parents' house and having a wedding in the hallway.
Oh my god. I want to hear this
we were in love.
God damn.
And we wanted to get married and stuff. And we had to make a bunch of tough decisions. Like, instead of having a real wedding, basically just going to my parents' house and
Now, real fans know this. Real fans who are in the weeds. Remember, this dude was like, yeah, I don't want to do a big wedding. I don't like these big things. I like small weddings with your family and close ones. I don't need a huge ceremony. And now he's like, yeah, we gotta make a tough decision. And he sounds as if it was a sacrifice to do this. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, he's acting literally like he just like went to town hall, signed a paper, and that was that. He went to the house he was born in with his fucking parents and then got married. And then for years said that was cool and amazing, and now he's like, yeah, man, we couldn't afford a big wedding. We had to make a tough decision. And I'm like, I thought you don't want a big wedding. And honestly, you think this guy was gonna have a big wedding? Who's gonna be there? His mom, his dad. I don't think Kat wants her parents there. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say I think she wouldn't want to see them. I mean, maybe Jenna would show up. I don't know their relationship as much anymore. I know Jenna for a while was like very defensive for Kat, but I don't know any their development with that, and I don't. And from what it sounds like, I don't think she wants to see her parents. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that. Uh, so it's just gonna be his parents, and he told us that his parents broke off with the rest of his family, and he doesn't know anything about the rest of his family, so they're not gonna show up. Uh, he doesn't talk to Rambo anymore because he doesn't have his phone anymore. Howard was never his fan. Howard was never his friend. He was just a free person to work with. He didn't care for him, so he's not going to be there. OJ's not going to show up. I don't think he knows him anymore. So why would you pay to go to a church to do a wedding when the only people that are going to be there is his mom and dad? Now, anyone with a fucking brain would at least sit there and say, yeah, we had a nice intimate wedding and it was really nice. But instead, he wants to be a little victim, a little bitch, and be like, yeah, man, I was so broke back then. But he flew cross country to be with his parents. But he didn't pay for that trip. No, no, no. Don't get it twisted. His parents paid for it. And that's what he wants you to believe. Because remember, he was arguing with his dad. At the time, trolls were saying that he was scamming the audience, saying, oh, I need to pay my taxes. And that's the money he used to get to fly to Connecticut. Now, instead of, like, going with that, which would have at least been a little bit, like, understandable. I mean, though he did kind of hype up their health, and he still does that to this day. He did want us to believe that he got his parents to pay his way. So his parents paid for the trip. Right. They pay for him to be there to see him, and look how he talks about it. Dude, if I was his parents, I would disown I would do a Rambo Howard style video about this guy. I would, like, this is so ungrateful. So ungrateful. It's insane.
And having a wedding in the hallway because we don't have any money. You know what I mean?
A wedding in the hallway because we didn't have any money. I thought you didn't want a big fucking wedding. And now it's, yeah, we just did it in a hallway. Yeah, the hallway where your parents live, dude. That means nothing? Nothing. And I guarantee this guy is so boomer coded, he only thinks of churches to go to weddings. He doesn't think about doing anything else. If it's not a church, it's not a real wedding, and it's depressing as fuck. Like, come on. Come on. And this is, like, really, like, unflattering, the way he's, like, saying this. Before it was, oh, it was so sweet. Then we went to eat pizza. And now I guarantee if he talks about it now, yeah, man, it was, we did a wedding in the hallway. And then we could even go to a nice restaurant. We went to a fast food pizza joint. Like, this dude is so sleazy and scummy. Like, in the moment, he romanticizes the fuck out of it. Over time, let's downplay the fuck out of it. Because I want to hype up how broke I was. Yeah, this is not exploitative at all. To play with your feelings.
You know what I mean? That's basically what we were doing. We were just trying to get
this guy got so married to the idea of coming back and saying, yeah, man, I climbed from, like, he really wants, like, the Robert Downey Jr. special. Where Robert Downey Jr. was an actor at one point. He did a lot of cocaine at some point and had a downward spiral. Then climbed out of that spiral, and now he is where he is. He wants that for himself without the cocaine. That's what he wants that story for himself. The way he talks about it, he acts as if he was a washed-up has-been that was on a bender or whatever, and he was in the gutter. My guy, you've been streaming for years and been making money off of dens who love you and form parasocial relationships with you. That's how you got here. And people
Trying to
feeling
get
bad
by.
or trying to like
And,
scam you or whatever.
it sucked, but what are you going to do? But at
It's
that time,
wait, what?
a wedding in the hallway because we didn't have any money. You know what I mean? That's basically what we were doing. We were just trying to get by. And, it sucked, but what are you going to
Yeah, it did. You know what? Maybe DSP is right. It would suck if you got married in your parents' house because fuck your parents. Why would you want to spend intimate time with your family, right? That's stupid.
do? But at that time, we made a series
my
of decisions
God.
based on what was going on. Meaning, we didn't think things were going to turn around. I didn't think that I was actually going to start doing well for myself and things were going to improve to the point that they have.
He
at
bragged
all.
about being
I
successful
literally
even
thought
back
I was
then,
gonna be
by the
stuck there
way.
forever. We believed that.
Like,
So
he talked about the bankruptcy as if it wasn't an admission of like failure or whatever the fuck. He used as like a strategic plan. Like it was so strategic to do a bankruptcy. I mean, a lot of people file for bankruptcies. I'm not going to necessarily say that the nature of a bankruptcy necessarily means that you fail because a lot of things happen in life, right? But this dude is like, it's this
So-
guy. Come on, look at him.
we made a series of life decisions, like getting a needy cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And the
this
cat-
is it. He's like, we made a decision to get a needy cat. Why the fuck would anybody decide? Hey, what is this cat needy? Is this cat high demand? Whatever. Like, yeah, this cat, dude. If you leave this cat alone, it's gonna fucking go crazy. Damn, well, I want this cat. Like, come on. And again, it's somewhat negative towards Jasper. This guy is like backhand, like being passive aggressive to everyone. Fuck my parents. Fuck the hallway to get married in. Fuck that. That sucked. Jasper, fuck him. He's a needy cat. Like, this dude has such a specific viewpoint on the people around him.
and the cat that if we were to leave him, he's gonna get traumatized. So
He left them alone when he got married. What happened then? What happened then? And I like that, like, well, no, he would also say, well, if we take Jasper with us, he's gonna, like, go crazy. It's gonna traumatize him. Why would I do that?
the thing is, we talk about this stuff all the time. That's one of many things, for the record, okay? That's one of many things. That's the thing I publicly talk about. But there's other things going on, too, that basically we're not in a position right now where we'd be able to go on a vacation. Let's just put it that way, all right? Without revealing too much, because, if I tell you any personal or private shit, people will blow it up on the internet and be toxic jerks about it. I can't tell you personal stuff. But I'm in a situation where essentially I can't go on a vacation.
Someone says, what would it take to get on a vacation or whatever? He could just simply say, I'm not in the mood for a vacation right now. Like, he has said a normal response in the past. I mean, the Jasper thing isn't really normal. It's because it is kind of dumb, but he could just straight up say, well, we have to take care of Jasper. We don't, and he could even say, we don't have good, like, babysitters for cats in the area. Like, he could even be honest and say, we had one when he went to Connecticut, and, she was doing fucked up things. Like, I remember before I was the guy to babysit Tiago and Yuxi, like, I remember my brother saying, like, the person they got before was, like, not, like, they weren't, like, they weren't terrible, but they weren't, like, really happy with their performance. Meanwhile, when they asked me to do it, they loved me. They were like, oh, man, you did a good job. And I'm amazing. I'm an amazing cat sitter, dude. Blech.
Vacation right now. It's not money. Like, you could literally throw
But then again,
unlimited money
I
at me
also
right
don't do it
now.
for
I
money.
still
I do
can't
it
go
for
on
free for
vacation.
them.
Does
I
that
give
make
them the
sense?
family discount.
I hope that makes sense. And you might say, well, what is it? Well, I can't tell you. It's personal stuff going on, all right? But eventually, we are going to get to a point where we are going to be able to go on a vacation, all right? We are talking about it. What would we want to do? What kind of stuff would we like to do? Because, our life situation and the things that we like and want to do have changed a lot to the point where, like, for example, we used to talk about going to Japan. We no longer want to go to Japan at all. We found more out about Japan, that it's a very tourist trappy, insanely
I
expensive.
think the only thing with Japan that happened recently was didn't they like make it harder to go there for as a tourist? Because I remember seeing something that because a lot of people like dogged on Japan for this too. They were like, "Yeah, this is gonna kill tourism in generally because they now require like either extra money, like you have to pay them extra to get into the country, or some. It was something I read this like a couple of weeks ago, so I don't remember. But I remember hearing something that they changed um when it comes to tourism that a lot of people are not happy with. So I think that's what DSP is kind of talking about because the idea of we found out is it's a tourist trap is kind of stupid because tourist traps are literally everywhere, like even in America. You go anywhere, there's a tourist trap because people are fucking stupid. Come on, dog.
Expensive, tons of people. Nah, we don't want to do that.
Tons
Especially with
of
the life.
people. You realize there's tons of people everywhere, right? I love the over dramatization too. He always does this. Oh my god, I would never go to the movie theater. Everyone there is pissing and shitting all over the place. Oh my, like it's just I always like thinking about the nonsense he says. Oh my god, I love when we had to do social distancing in lines because before like babies would like spit up on me. Like he acted as if like he walked somewhere and everyone would like throw their trash at him. Like wherever you went, they're like, "Oh god, it's that guy, guys. You know what to do." Spit on him, throw trash at him, cough on him, sneeze on him, do whatever you want on him. Fuck this guy. Like that's how he acted like when in reality it was probably just none of that.
The life situation we're in now, we'd much rather try to find something we can do that's more relaxing. And we talked about various different things to do. Am I going to tell you what they are? No. Not until we get to the point where maybe we can...
He told us what he wanted to do before, and the thing he wanted to do was more of a tourist trap than visiting Japan. I think doing that stupid bus where it's like you go around like Europe, I think that is a tourist trap because you're just kind of doing something else that someone else curated when I think it's more meaningful and cool when you make these decisions yourself. Like you go to a country you want to go to and you're like, okay, I want to do this and this and this and being like go to whatever restaurant, whatever. Or just spontaneously find a restaurant that you want to go to. Like you, but this guy would be like, what does TripAdvisor say to eat? Instead of like going to a restaurant and looking at the menu or whatever. Like
we can really do them, then we'll consider them. But like there's a few ideas we have of places we want to go, you know, things we want to do. And we're talking about making it happen.
So many people, every single person I've listened to that talked about Japan has said nothing but positive things about it that I want to go to. They have stuff I would love to buy there. Like art books, soundtracks, probably figures, but mostly like art books, dude. But come on, dog.
You know what I mean? We would love to do it. Because here's the thing. We've done a bunch of improvements to the house this year, right? We got a den across the hallway set up where we relax all the time. It's a really nice room.
Every day's a
we got an
vacation
exercise room set up that we work out in every day. We got a freezer now in the garage. We're
Wow,
gonna clean the garage
freezer.
soon. That's our next project. Clean out our garage, maybe repurpose it and use it for stuff. We've done a lot of that
For
stuff.
what?
But we're getting to the point now where it's like the only other stuff we could do is like very expensive. Like we want to renovate the kitchen. The kitchen is falling apart. It really is. Like this is a house from the 90s. Cabinets are shitty fiberboard and stuff. We want to renovate that, but it's too expensive. We might do it eventually,
God,
but that's
dude.
something for down the
Like,
line. What we want
whatever.
to do is we actually want to go and do some travel and have some fun together, which we should do. Now we're healthy. You should see, you know, she lost so much weight. I lost so much weight. We're very healthy right now. We're like, now is
Yeah.
the time.
Now
we
is
can
the
go
time.
enjoy ourselves because we're the age where we can actually enjoy it, not be tired and everything. You know what I mean? But we're just not in the life situation to do it, and it
Dude,
sucks.
you're
and we're
like in
perfectly-
your 40s, and this dude always talks about how tired he is all the time. Oh my god, guys, I just ate a meal and I'm sleepy, dude. All the time. This dude talks about being old all the time. It's like his favorite thing to talk about.
We're not. We're kind of stuck right now. Eventually, we are going to get to that point where we
Yeah,
can.
yes, the ripe age of 40 is the best time to travel. Not when you're in your 20s. That's stupid. That's rookie mistake. 40s.
that stuff. We're already talking about it and planning it. But that's what I mean. I know. Should we be, going on vacation and enjoying life? Yeah, we should. But it's just not possible right now. It will be.
I mean, it's
though.
not a bad
It will.
age.
We know that's the thing. Like now we
It's not like
we
he's
know to have
80,
a positive
but,
attitude.
you know.
Because previously it was all kind of negative. It was like, oh, we're never going to get better. Nothing's going to improve. So let's just do things
He
based
never
on
said
that.
whatever.
And now we're
He
kind of
was
stuck
lying.
in that, oh, well, we're stuck at home mode because we thought we were going to be stuck at home forever, so we did things that stuck us at home. You see what I'm saying? So again, I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm sorry that I can't explain it better. I wish I could. But again, I can't be telling stuff publicly on the internet with these a bunch of A-loggers who stalk me. And
But
constantly
eventually
wanna be in
he's
my
gonna go on
business, you know what I mean?
vacation. But remember, guys, Kino Casino go on vacation.
No,
that's
I've never
a
been on a
scam
cruise,
and
Jamal Brown. We've done
and
some research about
exploitative.
cruises. We have. We looked into them. I'll say it. I'll say this, okay?
Cruises are dumb. I don't like cruises. I would never want to do a cruise.
Cruises.
I would
at face
I would much
value,
rather
you're
do
like, what the hell?
anything else than do cruises.
Restaurant, that's additional. That's not included.
Okay, I don't care.
On the ship. Oh, then you get off the ship and you're on some island, right? You're in Tahiti or something. Okay, cool. But you're not actually in Tahiti. You're in the tourist Tahiti, where you're like, oh, let's get dinner in Tahiti.
Yeah, well, they probably wanted to keep you close to the boat so you don't so you can make it back on the boat so you don't get stranded. I'm assuming that's
What is
why
there?
they designed it that way.
Margaritaville, McDonald's. What the fuck is this? I could have done this at home. Why did I come on the cruise? And then even if you go to some of these meals, like, oh, group meal, you're stuck at a table with other people. You have to hang out with them and talk with them. But who are they? I don't know.
Okay,
But you're stuck with them. Well, what if they're obnoxious and we don't like them? Oh, well, enjoy your cruise. What? So,
I mean, I think in general,
about,
being
I don't know if I want to do that.
locked in
You know
a
what I'm
boat with
saying? I just
a bunch
don't
of
think I
people
want
is
to spend an
not
insane amount of money
my ideal
to go do a bunch of
thing,
tourist trappy stuff, not have the good stuff included, and be hanging out with a bunch of obnoxious drunks. Because that's the truth. A lot of these people go on these ships just because of the drinks. They just drink nonstop the whole time they're there.
Right.
Do you really want to hang out with a bunch of drunk people who are just,
Yeah,
obnoxious people?
okay.
Probably not.
I mean, whatever. Okay. Yeah, everyone's drunk.
So,
everyone.
it was...
Again, I love the exaggeration. Everyone on the cruise gets drunk, and I don't want to hang out with them. Yeah, everyone there. The old ladies that go on cruises, they get drunk. They're the worst. They're the meanest drunks. Then you have the children. Yeah, they give alcohol to children on the cruises. Not anything's legal on the seas, and so they get drunk. And man, you ever seen a drunk kid? They go crazy, dude. They're on the ceiling.
It was something we considered, but I don't think we would do a cruise like that. Doesn't seem like it's very
But
good.
they want to do a bus around Europe. And I think now even Europe, they
Cargo
require
Jack says,
people
rent an
like whatever.
RV,
Okay.
travel through California, and hit Disney or not. I don't think that us driving for hours and hours is a very good idea. First off, Kat gets road sick. So if we drive for more than like a half an hour at a time, she doesn't feel good. So already that's probably a bad. I don't think that,
That explains that image. That image at the gas station, whatever the fuck. Like that was like road sick face.
RV traveling
Oh,
long
man.
distance is a very good idea.
Well, you have a bathroom.
We probably would like to
but
do something
whatever.
relaxing. We just have to figure out what it would be. And there's probably
But
relaxing
you could
stuff to
be on
do
the
here
plane.
in Washington.
I mean, I guess it's a
And
little
there's probably
different,
places we
but
could go,
whatever.
fly and travel, and then do relaxing stuff there
But
too.
that doesn't make sense either. Because you're gonna be driving more than 30 minutes when you leave to go somewhere. What's Cat gonna do? Stay in the hotel? Like I'm afraid that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna stay within the area of the hotel, and that's it. Because what kind of vacation? I can imagine. Like you go to Greece and you stay in the hotel. You're in one of the best countries ever. You have the most beautiful beaches, the Aegean Sea. You get to swim in that. Come on. You gotta have nice fish that you can eat. I mean, come on. And you're just gonna stay in the hotel room, right?
But, driving long distance, probably not going to be in the cards.
But then why were you talking about going to Disneyland with her or whatever the fuck? Whatever, okay. And it also explains like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Nature
whatever.
park. We go to a nature park, do something like that. That could be cool.
Oh my god. He could do that now. He is next to a zoo. Okay. Okay,
You
man.
renovate your house. It's not possible. On my house, they're going to start calling every fucking renovation company in the state to figure out who's working for me and try to fuck with it. You see what I'm saying? Like, they to mess with that.
Yes. Other people, they're gonna find out who it is, and they're gonna say, okay, actually, I don't want this one thing. Can you actually put in like pink marble and bubble gum floor in the kitchen instead? That's what we want. Like, what?
Anything
I don't know what they do, and I don't want to think about
at
it.
work would be I literally film it all off stream.
Yeah, that's probably what they want you to do.
Is something where we can fly somewhere because the flight's going to be more comfortable and better than driving long distance or whatever.
Are you gonna fly first class? Because like I don't think these people are equipped to fly economy. I mean these people like they can't sit in a movie theater. A movie theater is crazy to them. And you think that they're gonna sit in economy? I mean, come on, this diva. You think DSP's gonna handle economy? Fuck no. He's gonna be like, can I actually get first class? Can you put me in the little booth that they have?
And just fly somewhere nice and stay there for a
I
bit and
watched
fly right
this
back.
show on Apple TV called
That's probably what we're
Hijack,
gonna end up doing.
and like it shows the first class, and it's so silly. I think that the whole booth they put in, they did it for COVID. I think.
No, I've not tried New
And
Orleans style wings
so
at KFC. I don't
goofy.
eat at KFC. KFC's disgusting.
Like you're in a little cabin.
Absolutely gross.
Oh my god, figure drawing, but I want to hear this other part about this
More
one.
people, and it's getting very congested. Everywhere you go, you get a job.
Wait, what?
Worse in my area. It's just, you know, it is
Okay, it's getting more congested.
in Connecticut again, where I came.
Like, yeah, people have babies and they grow up to drive. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. And everyone needs to drive in this country.
To end the show, oh, we love zoos. We love zoos and we
To
love
end the
nature.
show,
Absolutely.
Okay, man, yeah, with under an hour, he's gonna end the level 1 podcast. Right.
I appreciate that. Card show. No.
Oh my god, where is this thing?
No. Hawaii sounds really tourist trappy to me.
Yeah, don't go to Hawaii.
How did I know the casino was on vacation? You guys just told me.
Oh my god, no. He knew. I don't believe this. I don't believe that. You guys told me this.
How? Interesting. Because they've already told him not to do it. So if he's doing
Okay, he's laughing about Raw Phil still being around.
to check, because I'll know by the end of this stream. People will already have sent me all the information and I'll know everything.
He'll know everything.
Worth it. For the pennies this fucker makes.
Okay.
I'm on the lawsuit and in court, not streaming, that it would.
Dude, I love that he's back to it's not worth it to lawsuit people. When this dude was like every day, I'm taking records, I'm recording people, I'm gonna sue them. And I guarantee it was him like getting wet, getting wet at the prospect of Ethan like winning the lawsuit he had against Denims, which right now that got torpedoed. Though don't worry guys, Ethan will still continue to try to sue her because he has nothing else going on in his life. But like literally I do feel he was like so excited because he was like, oh man, if Ethan wins, I can use that as president, baby. But it actually backfired, so he's back
That
to
it wouldn't be
square
worth
one.
it. You know what I mean? I have to be.
You know what I mean?
Lil Zeno did $6.73.
Okay, I may have to just end it and forsake this because I figured drawing today, guys. Oh my god, 220! 220 is giving Phil money again.
107. Guys, let's go. Let's
remember when he was like really upset with
Back.
220 for pretending someone died in
Good
his
stuff.
community, and then like it was some weird drama with that. I'm glad he's back in DSP's community. They deserve each other.
We're doing Dark Souls 2.
Okay.
The thing is, I don't choose to, but I. They're not dependable. I need places that are dependable so I can actually do a review. If you can't even get me the right food, then they're not worth
Okay.
Marvel cards.
Marvel cards.
No, I've.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this. Let's vibe check
£2 super chats.
this a little bit.
They all go in a big circle countering each other, so you're just guessing.
Wait, what?
The gameplay mechanics are not very good. of people bought it just on its merits that it was the only modern 3D fighting game on Xbox 360 at launch. Okay? However, the gameplay mechanics are not very good. The game is based on rock, paper, scissors. There's punches, kicks, modern 3D fighting game on Xbox.
What game?
Eye candy. And it always was. It was actually the first 3D fighting game on Xbox 360. See, it's a lot of style and not a lot of games. Blanca had that strategy.
Okay, I don't care about Blanca.
Clay Dabbler did a £2 super chat. Says, "What's your opinion on Dead or Alive?" It's a lot of.
Okay, he doesn't like Dead or Alive. Okay.
You know, I don't love it, and I don't think. So for the record, the morning show has now gone on for a little over an hour. Assassin's Creed, and I'll just have to keep my eye on it.
Wait, what?
It's left in my Pokemon Center queue. I was actually hoping.
Oh my God, he's getting cards.
John says Black Flag High. Yeah.
Black Flag High.
So we could get back to our.
Oh my God, dude, this
of
like.
A Second Matters exists. It's very flawed.
Whatever.
Like, well, here's the thing. A lot of online fighters today.
Oh my God.
But we also have Final Fantasy cards now, so we're gonna have a good variety of stuff to do in that regard. Okay.
What fighting game is it? Is it Tokon?
Starshine Radiant says, "I don't feel online competitive games where a tenth of a second matters exist. It's very flawed."
Okay, I don't.
The online fighting game ever, because it's made for casuals. It's made for people who don't get it. But then here's the thing: if the players actually exposed it, then the whole community falls apart. Like right now, imagine if the top 20 Street Fighter 6 players around the globe said, "Yeah, we admit this game sucks. We admit the game's just not that good. It's designed for online only. It's designed for scrubs, basically. And reactions don't really matter. The game drops too many inputs. The game plays like it's very flawed, and we don't really like it, but we just play it because it's our job." What would happen? The community would fall apart. People would be
This is so stupid. There's so many fighting games. Like, Street Fighter 6 is not the pillar of fighting games. This guy is so, like, dented. He's like, yeah, because Street Fighter is a big name. Like, shut up.
like, "Oh shit," people say the game sucks, and they'd walk away. So they're not going to do that, because that's...
People have said this game... People have said Street Fighter 6 sucks. Like, don't... Come on.
Mess around game for me.
Every modern fighter that has ever came out, everyone said it sucks. People say that about Strive. People say about Street Fighter 6. Like, this isn't... Like, he thinks he's, like, the only one who thinks Street Fighter 6 is a bad game. Like, dude, imagine if people who, like, hate Strive act this way. Like, come on.
Like, I'll play... Be a mash fest today, but that's where games are going. That episode of the DSP Morning Show. Okay. Ready?
Okay,
for...
let's
My whole page crashed on YouTube. Hold on, I gotta reload it.
How much money did he make? $101. Ah, yes.
There we go. Reloaded it.
What's going on in his chat? Let's
Okay,
open
sorry about
panel.
that. Great technology, huh?
Great
All
technology.
Right. Go to the pub.
Oh, he got modern day debate in his chat. Who is David Wilczek? It's because I'm Phil's favorite fan. Oh, he did a pin. Note, the sock account and viewbot trolling continues, so please ignore these happening, and do not address them as attention is exactly, like, this is giving them attention, like, whatever. And like he always says, like, people do this, and I don't know why they do it, I don't get a benefit from it, but he blames trolls for doing it, so why would trolls do it if it benefits him? Like, come on, dog. Come on, man. Anyways, I think that's where I'm gonna end it. He won, guys. He got $100. He's only $50 or $49 away from the not goal. That is it for this. I gotta get going. So I'm not gonna drag out this ending because I have to draw. I have to draw people. Yeah. Imagine that. I have to use my hands and draw. Crazy. Bye.